Welcome to episode number 11, the startup series number 2 from Oak Bridge Farm. If you're unfamiliar, Calmsden Farm's name has been changed on the mod hub to Oak Bridge Farm. So we will, from here on out, be referring to this as Oak Bridge and not Calmsden. However, there's probably a good chance that I'll accidentally call it Calmsden 3 or 4 times, so just heads up there. In the first 10 episodes, we spent a lot of time getting some of the grass fields plowed up and actually planting them with real grass. We also spent a lot of time making sure that we had fields planted up with regular crops. We've got cows now. We've kind of redone a little bit of the cow farm, and we even have paid off some of our loan. We still owe about $670,000. However, we have paid off a good amount of that. One of the things is we can only take prices that we've gotten and money that we've gotten from regular crops like wheat, barley, oats, things like that. Grass and things like that, I'm using for padding my bank account, basically allowing me to buy new vehicles, new tools, things like that. And more cows, of course. So that means we need to get to work. Just to update you with everything that we've got a couple grass areas. These are ready to mow, so we'll be doing that today. We've also got some canola in field number 5, and then we've plowed up fields 2 and 3 together, which have wheat. Those should be ready in a day or so. I have removed the crop calendar because I'm getting sick and tired of waiting an entire year. It is getting drawn out and boring. So I'm working on the side, trying to get my own crop calendar so I could double crop some things. But for the meantime, we're just going to be double cropping in our own way, harvesting around April or May, and then replanting some different crops that we normally wouldn't have been doing. And we will harvest those around October, November, something like that. I won't be messing with the grass, so as long as the grass does what it's supposed to do, I will be happy. And it has done what it needs to do. So today, we're doing a little bit of grass work. But first, you may be excited to hear that I'm going to be getting a new combine harvester. There is not one that is used. I ended up buying a header used in a previous episode. However, I have decided to go ahead, bite the bullet, and trade this in. So I will be trading in my class right here. Do I have super strength on? I do. Let's disable that. I'm going to be trading this in for something brand new, and I'm really excited about that. I am going to be repainting and repairing because that's going to give us more money. Repainting's $11,000 right here, $160 for the combine. So let's repaint. Now, well, we basically get our money back, I guess, don't we? Repair it, similar thing through there. So let's sell the combine. There it is. Good amount for that. Let's sell the header trailer. Good amount for that. And now that the header's on the ground, now we can't sell that. Well, nothing a little lift and drop can't fix, so that'll do it right there. We'll go ahead and repaint that and sell that too. There you go. So now we are up to $516,000, giving us the availability to buy something brand new. One of the great things is we have used exactly what I am looking for. It popped up while we were away. Here it is, the Class Lexian 6900. I am so excited about that. You have no idea. I wanted the big one. I wanted the 8900, but what are you going to do, right? This will work. This will work great. We've saved up a good amount of money, and I think we may treat ourselves by utilizing the TerraTrack version. We do want to change up the license plate. Of course, we go with our DjGoHam here. It looks like DjGoHam. Doing my best with that one. Actually, it's set to back only, isn't it? Can we set this to front and back and actually have it look pretty good? Yeah, well, it almost looks like DjGoHam. Nonetheless, there you go. You can see nothing's been modified, changed, nothing like that. And we got a good price for it as well. So let's go ahead and get ourselves one of those. Boom. There it is. And we are good to go. Man, I am so excited about that. Yes. It does look like it needs a little bit of work, so I'm going to go ahead and do that too, just so we don't have to worry about it later on. We're also going to need a header trailer to go along with this, but now we're going to be able to harvest much more, much faster, and much better. I'm really excited about that. Let's see what we've got here. So, looks like we've got a $4,300 repaint and 1,800 repair. Ooh, $20,000 paint on there and 8,000. Ooh, that's a lot of money. It might actually have been too much money. So for $13,000, we have a new header trailer. There you go. I've utilized one of the base game ones, but we've gone for the gloss. I did with an onyx black in there too, and finished it all up with those Fendt wheels. For some reason, we still do not have gloss red, but it's all the same, right? Technically, at the end of the day. Please pop. There we go. Awesome. Let's get this delivered back over to the main farm. That way we can go and get started with some mowing. Back on our farm now, and we've got everybody delivered, so we need to do some mowing. We're going to be utilizing this. There's no milk or buffalo milk to be selected right now because all of that has already been done. Do I have a front weight on here? I do not. So we can jump in and go right away. Now, one thing with our mower here would be nice to have another one. I'll be completely honest with you guys. There is so much in here that we've got that it would be nice to have another set of mowers. I'm okay going with another set of the K-brand mowers here, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go take a look, see if there's anything in the used market, but I doubt it. I think we're going to have to invest in something brand new when it comes to this. Speaking of this, I think what we could probably do is go ahead and mow up maybe one or two of these smaller fields that we've got, because I know I can do it and the worker cannot. And then we'll just set them on the big field and let them go. We don't need, speaking of what we need, we don't need a whole lot in the way of hay. I think I've got plenty of it. 228,000 liters. We've also got 100,000 liters of straw in here, and a good amount of mineral feed too. We started off with 16,000 and we went through it quickly. However, silage is the thing we don't have a lot of, so we need to make at least 228,000 liters of silage to get ourselves back in the running. And no, I don't know how I'm gonna do one but not the other. So I guess at least for this run, maybe we do hay on the side fields and silage on the main one? I don't know. By the way, I didn't know if you knew this or not. We've got brand new grass textures on here too. There's been quite a bit that has changed up and fixed. Oxygen David has really been busy when it comes to things here on Oak Bridge. Yeah, Oak Bridge is the name of the map, and that's what I will call it. It's gonna take a while to learn that. So onward bound we go. Let's go ahead and knock this mowing out real quick. Field doesn't actually know that this wall is here, so it is causing me tremendous pain when I'm trying to look at that. No, knock it off. Way too close, buddy. Way too close. All right. There are a couple spots that we miss. I am going to have to go through and hit those. Last little bit, and we're done with this one. Very, very nice. Oh, I haven't looked to see if there's any contracts. I mean, there's a couple here. We got a bell wrapping, some fertilizing, which, I mean, we could definitely use that 31 grand there, and really not much else going on. Well, at least one field down. We're going to go in and hit the side field over here now, too. This one's going to be a little bit, well, I'll say better. I don't think it's going to be any better, but it's going to be nice to have two fields that we can at least go ahead and start working. Again, I think we're just going to run silage on these. I think that's going to be the game plan. Just maybe run silage on everything. I don't know. And there we have it, all done with this one. Let's go ahead and bring them up. And if we can make it up this little hill right here, we can set them up. So after a little bit of thinking, I've decided I'm going to do no hay for this run. We're going to be doing all silage through here. That way we at least get a bunch of it. That is going to be done in bales, so we're going to be doing that. Let's go and bring this here, hire the worker, let them do their thing. Sometimes the worker does a good job, sometimes they don't. And I'm not going to be the one in charge of that. Next, we need this guy. This is going to be what we use for our windrow and for our baler, because we really don't have anything else. As a matter of fact, I guess we could jump in here and see, is there anything that we could run that's a little bit bigger? Oh, yeah! The Fendt 900! I forgot about this! What does that have? Brown wheels on it. It's so ugly. I can't even look at it right now. Oh, so much better. So having something like this would definitely make things a lot easier on us in the long run, because I don't think there's much else in the way of like medium-sized tractors. We got a 6R up there, another T7. This is actually the same New Holland that we've got right now. There is an 8R, and I'm kind of excited about that, although we use a lot of John Deere, so I'm trying to kind of avoid using more of it. But, I mean, look at this. 415 horsepower at $148,000. Or 458 horsepower at $138,000. I don't know what these come with. Let's see. So this comes with the 326 horsepower engine. Still not too bad. I mean, that's very, very admirable. And we get the 296 for this one. So we have more power for less money. I don't want to use the John Deere, but I think we're going to have to, y'all. Well, you may or may not be happy with what I've gone for here, but we went with the Fendt. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to upgrade this a little bit more, because I want to get a little bit of a bigger engine. Currently, the New Holland's got more power than this, so we'll have to figure that out. But I figure, you know what? Everybody's seen me use the John Deere 100 times. Let's use a Fendt tractor, right? I am going to, 13 grand just to repaint the darn thing. All right, well, how about we just fix it, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, that'll work. We do need a little bit of a bigger engine. I think going for the 326 horsepower is going to be good. It's another $10,000, so it's nothing too wild, nothing too crazy. And it'll work. It'll work great. So let's take this, and let's head over to DjGoHam with it. I also went with Vertestein tires, and I've gone for the mediums. So it comes in a standard, medium, and wide. And I went with the mediums. I don't know. Thought it looked the best. Let's go into first person and rock and roll. Rocking back over at the farm. Looks like our worker is doing fairly good overall. Looks like they've done one headland and then got to the other end and turned around. So there's that. This is going to go on the baler, I think, just because it's not as agile as the New Holland. New Holland's a little bit more agile, I think. So that's what we're going to use on our merger. This will be our baler. And then we'll use the JCB or the Massey Ferguson on our wrapper. Both of them will work just fine. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. Man, I love this thing so much. I'm having such a good time. So just like before, we're going to be running ups and downs with this, and we're going to try to push everything in towards the middle. So let's start here. Start it up. Not too shabby. Oh, make this turn. It's a little tight through there, but we can do all right. And then what we'll end up doing is bringing everything in. We'll go back and forth, kind of mirror our way, but in reverse the second time around, pushing all of everything that we get into the middle, just like that. Just like this. There you go. Kicking it all into the middle. All right. Let's make it happen. And just like that, we're done. Wha-pow! Nice. So this is ready for baling, although I'm not going to be doing any baling on it yet. Mainly because I don't trust this worker to do what I want it to do. Don't trust him one bit. Over to the side field, and we will knock out the exact same thing here too. Yay! Drop it down, turn it on. Let's go. Finishing up, and we are good. That is one thing down the drain. Perfect. Now, we are going to come through, we're going to bale everything at the same time, and then wrap everything at the same time. So, not a lot of work extra here. So, we're going to bring everything up. I'm going to go ahead and jump on this field up here, so that we can rock and roll through it. And I'm gonna start down here at the bottom right-hand corner. Reason for that is so that whenever we get done with everything, there we go, we can just start right down here at the bottom and be good to go with it. Yeah! All right, so let's hit it. And with that, we are all done with mowing. Very cool indeed. There are a couple spots up at the top and at the bottom that were missed, but I'm not going to worry about those. Now back to merging. This is our last field that we have to worry about with it, so we're good. And right here at the very end of it, wha-bam, got 'em. Let's turn it off, let's fold it up, and be done with it. Now, there was a little section at the very end of the row that I just did. That section was not mowed correctly. I don't know what happened, but I'm not going to worry about it, at least for this past round. And the next time we come through and mow, we'll worry about it then. Now that all that is done, we get to have some fun with our new tractor and our big old baler. Let's cut it on and see what we've got. Unfold the baler. We're making 240 centimeter square bales, which is very good. I have reset my bale counter, which is fantastic. Looks like we made 296 bales already on this map, and we're about to make a lot more. So the game plan here is going to be to make the silage bales. We'll make the grass bales first, then wrap them. Then we will take all of those and just kind of set them around, and we'll figure out exactly where to put them. May even put them in our silo over here. After that is all said and done, one day in game, 24 hours, we will turn those into silage, and then we'll put them all into our TMR maker. So there is that. I can never remember what this is supposed to be. I think it's 16.4, if I remember correctly. 16.4, one headland. No, that's not it. But it does the outside perfect, so at least that's one good thing. After one field, we have made 11 bales, and for some reason, it didn't line up on the last field. I think because I didn't line it up on the last field. Whenever you come through with the windrow or the merger, you have to start it at a certain place. If you don't start it there, then it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to. Things don't line up. So if you start it on one side of the field, it doesn't work. But you can see here, everything lines up perfectly. I don't know what, well, I say I don't know what happened. I know exactly what happened. I need to merge from the other side of the field. Not too shabby right here at the very end. We made 38 bales. Very cool indeed. I'm going to go ahead and get up to the top of this hill and drop these. Good timing. There you go. 39 and 40. So 40 times 30, 36? No, 6,500. Thousand? How big are these? 6,500. Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot. So that's 260,000 liters right there. So that is going to bring us even on our hay already. Ooh, that's a lot, man. All right, let's get to it, I guess. I was gonna say maybe we should TED half this field, but yeah, whatever. All right, so I have decided that I am gonna make a little bit of hay this time around. So we will have to go in there. We are gonna have to use our whatever that thing is, the merger again. But at least the good thing is we don't have to do a whole lot with it. Most of this is gonna be fairly simple. I have left a good amount. We're up to like 70, 72, 73 bales, something like that. So all of these ones in the middle being hay, I think it's going to be a-okay. Let's go in here. Let's go to 16.4 so everything lines up exactly how it would. One headland. There we go. Perfect. Drop it down. Turn it on. Rock and roll. There you go. So whenever we bring our merger through here, we can just simply go down straight down each line, and we will make everything perfect. What do you think? Not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. I do need to eventually figure out exactly the perfect amount of hay and silage to make, but for now, we're fine. Plus, we've got plenty of straw, so we're good there. And we've got another month or two before, well, we've got a canola field and a wheat field ready to harvest. Yeah, those are going to give us plenty of straw. We're going to have more than enough. Okay, so one step down. And now for this one, what we need to do is bring everything down towards the center. There we go. We've got it. And we can line up here. It is doing an offset, which I find a little bit interesting. We need to turn that offset off. There we go. And perfect. It's still going to show two lines, at least on this first one, but they'll go away soon. Now we're done with this again, but hey, it's finished, right? Yay! Awkwardly, I didn't know, but you can turn this thing on when it's folded up. I don't think you should be able to do that. So now that that is done, we could turn on our baler, and now we can make a bunch of hay bales. What I gotta try to do is come through and pick these up first. You can't wrap hay bales, so these should stick out like a sore thumb. Real quick, 71 bales of grass, and we'll reset that and see how much we make in hay. So not bad. We've ended up making 30 bales, 31 hay bales. That's a bunch of hay bales, man. But that should bring everything kind of closer together. About half as much hay, and a similar amount of silage, and on and on. You get the idea. So let's bring that here. Let's turn it off. Kind of drop these hay bales in the middle. And there you go. We'll go ahead and force unload that last one. Hey, there it is. Cool beans. All right, so 34 bales to 71. Almost half and half. All right, now that we've got this guy, I'm looking for one of my weights. I think I've lost it. I have no idea where I put it. So it's not this one, because that goes on the back of my tractor. Where is another weight? Oh, it's still in the shed. Don't tell anybody, but I'm Superman. It just made things faster. Don't be judging. Hey, got it. All right. Now, we get out there and make some silage bales. I'm still gonna have to figure out which ones are which. I'm fairly positive that this is a bale that I can have, but it's not wrapping it for some reason. There we go. So we need to wrap 71 of these bad boys. Let's see, turn on automatic drop. There we go. So, 1 of 71 done. So we got all of the bales wrapped silage in the middle field. So now we got to go through, hit the other ones. These are all the other ones. And so we don't have to worry. So we'll have some silage, we'll have some hay. We will go ahead and split those up. The hay bales, we can go ahead and pick those up and put them in the feeder. However, all the silage bales will have to wait 24 hours. And this will be our last bale right here. That is all the bales, baby. Last but not least, we need to grab these bales and put them to the side. That way all the bales is, well, around where we need them. And we are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Oak Bridge Farm, formerly known as Calmsden Farm. It's kind of weird doing a series on a map that changed its name, but it is what it is. In the last one we came through, we made a bunch of bales. All the ones in the middle are not wrapped for a reason. Those are hay bales. I decided we had way too much silage for one run, so we made some hay out of there too. I'm trying to go through and turn on the collection, just collecting the silage bales around them so that we can run everything together. So all of our hay bales that are in the middle, those are all going to be relocated over to our feed mixer. They're ready to go now. Hay doesn't take long to do anything with, so that makes things easy for us. However, these silage bales need to sit for a day, so I'm going to try and collect them all, put them maybe on the road or something, just out of my way so that I can come through and put some fertilizer on this field and keep them close enough on hand, but far enough away where they're not going to cause us any trouble. And there's every silage bale that we just made. Ba-bam! Cool. All right, now we got to pick up all of these hay bales. The hay bales, actually, we can drop off now, although we are going to have to move a few things. So let's grab our New Holland here. Let's detach from the grasswork stuff that we had. We should really put a sprayer over here because, man, that stuff is getting dirty. Yeah. Let's move a few things out of the way. The first one's going to be this trailer here. I don't think we can hook this up to the front. Wait, no. We are going to need this trailer eventually, but not right now. So let's put that there. And although this tanker being here makes things really convenient for later, doesn't really do me much good right now. So let's move this. And now we can pick up all of the hay bales because those are going to go in right now. First set is good. Remind me the second time around through here, definitely make sure I turn off transport mode, or turn it on, I guess, so that I don't mess with any of that, because that's going to be bad. All right, let's bring it through here. And if I remember correctly, oh yeah, I forgot. We can't unload it on here. We have to unload it off the trailer. It's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So spin them around, come around through here. Nice, nice, nice. And then we want to get these as close as we can. And we also want to keep everything in front of the concrete right in front. So we'll drop this. The front 3 rows should go in. Yep. There we go. Cool. Awesome. Then we load these up and then unload them again, drop them, and they disappear. Just like that. And we can check our production chain, and you can see right here, we've got a bunch of hay in there. It's also showing as 17 million liters. So I did a thing. I'm trying to get the manure out of here, and unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, it is working. So, but this farm silo is also an extension for this, which is not what I wanted to happen, but it is happening. So I guess, you know, what are you gonna do? Just ignore that capacity. The capacity of the big silo is 16 million liters. I did not do that. That is all oxygen, David. I didn't change anything. It might be a little bit much, if I'm honest. So I don't need that much capacity. But because we've got a production chain next to it, we've got that. But the good thing is I'm getting my manure out. So eventually we will have to kind of cheat some manure in because it says we've got like 100,000 liters that we do not have. Putting it into transport mode, and let's do this one more time. Bring it forward, unload, bring it out, line it up right in front, put it right up close to it, drop it, let those do their thing. Reload, unload again, drop them again, and hay is in. There you go. So now we can take a look on here and see that we've got almost 500,000 liters. Okie dokie. All right, so we are going to need this in a day. We don't need it right now, but I guess we could drop that there for now. Let's jump over here, grab our JCB, grab some fertilizer, and put it on the fields, because it is time to move forward. And that is why I've put those silage bales right over there, to keep them out of my way. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah! Right at the very end of this field is always the most difficult because I'm sitting here like running in circles. But we are done. We've got that finished up. We'll take a look at our grass fields here. You can see they are showing harvested, but they are fully fertilized, which is fantastic news. We are over here at 72,000 bucks. That will go up a little bit overnight because we will be getting some slurry, we will be getting some milk, and etc., etc. Plus, I don't know if it's going to be April or May, but we will have some stuff almost ready to go for harvest. I'm assuming it's going to be April, but we'll see. Well, it looks like we're going to have to wait another day. We're going to have to wait until May to get everything rocking and rolling ready to go. However, one of the nice things is our silage bales are silage, which is great. And everything else is going to have to wait until tomorrow, at least in game. Taking a look to see if there's anything that's ready for harvest. Looks like it's 27 down here, though that is a grass field. Not even a mowing contract. It is a bale wrapping contract. So there's that. We do have some interesting fertilizer contracts, though. About $70,000 worth. Or more than double the amount of money that we've got right now. Field 15 and field number 4. I'm interested. I'm very, very interested. What's in there right now? Let's see. 4 is pretty high. Let's see. Let's visit. Ooh, gonna be a hard time seeing the field, but at least it's there. Field 15 should be a lot easier to see the ground. Nope, it's worse. You know what? I'll take it. It's not going to cause us any trouble. It'll be fine. Let's not borrow the equipment. Let's just accept the contract. So there's a fertilizing contract there and a fertilizing contract through there. Awesome. Before we run over, let's go ahead and let's get some bales. There we go. We've got a whole set, and we're going to put these in just like we did the other ones. So we'll pull straight forward. We'll lower these down. We'll try and get right in front of everything. Drop. There we go. Making TMR finally. Yeah, it's been a minute. There we go. We'll load these up and do the exact same thing. We'll drop those. There it is. Nice. So if we pop in, we take a look, it is already making TMR. Makes it a little too quick, if I'm honest. So we're just going to do that a couple more times. Here's our last set of bales right here. Boom, 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 boom. Bring them in. Put them back out. Pow. And done. So now we can take a look and see how we did. We did pretty well, I will admit. Almost 500,000 liters of hay. 460,000 liters of silage. So we still have more hay than silage, but we will be okay. Mineral feed, I'm not quite sure how long that's going to last, so we may want to buy 1 or 2 more pallets of mineral feed, and straw is going to be probably fine. Doesn't take a lot, but I think that 100,000 liters of straw is going to run out quickly. Not only that, I do want to take a look here. We are, almost out of straw when it comes to our animals, so I don't really know what to do here. I'm going to take some straw out of here, although the straw is, very valuable, to say the least. We'll take maybe 15, 16, something like that. Yeah, this should be a good amount right here. As a matter of fact, I probably could have pulled it out of that silo right there too. And as I've mentioned before, there's just a bunch of manure in here that I don't know how to get out. If we jump around, look down at the bottom right, manure is not listed. If we look at this silo, we do have a little bit of manure, so there is some there. So that's nice to see as well. But it's only 20,000 liters in there because that's what it came up with overnight. If we jump down here and we take a look at manure, nope, that's hay. Manure, here we go, 118,000 liters. So there's like 100,000 liters somewhere, which I don't know where it is, and I cannot access it. And I don't know what to do about that. Also, just to show you that these two are connected, let's see, where's TMR? Oh. All right, well, maybe they're not connected the way I thought they were. While we're at it, let's go ahead and collect our milk for the day. We'll take this and sell it. Tell you what, everything's been so orange for the past few episodes. It's nice to see green around. It's a beautiful map. Heck yeah, man. Milk sold for 32,000. Not bad. Milk's up right now. Now that we got that out of the way, let's take our fertilizer. Let's go hit these couple fields. Should be pretty simple and easy. First one is up here. I think this is a linseed field, if I'm not mistaken. We'll kind of jump in here and take a look and see. Yeah, linseed. That's definitely something we haven't done yet before. Pretty cool. Bring around here, go into our steering settings. We'll set this to nice 42 meters as always, because for some reason I have to keep doing that. Just notes, I'm doing this recording before update 1.6 comes out. I don't know when that's going to release, but I'm recording it before. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Almost done with one of the contracts. Very, very cool. Oh, contract finished. Hey, contract finished. Whoop, 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 whoop. Boop, 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 boop. Let's take a look at, sorry, completed. There you go. It's the cheaper one, so we could collect that. Nice. $31,000. All right. So a little bit extra cash going in the bank. That's what I like to see. Now, I will say that, at least from what we've got right now, I think the equipment that we have is fine. I'm okay with the seeding setup that we've got right now. I mean, we've got two decently sized seeders, so that works for me. We've also got one big combine harvester now, which I think we'll probably end out the series with, because it's more than enough for what we need to use it for. Now, we've also got 4 tractors. I do think we need 4 tractors, with JCB being the smallest, New Holland in the middle, and the big old Fent at the top end. I think that's a good setup for equipment there. The Massey Ferguson could definitely be sold. I'll be straight up honest with you. I think we could sell the Massey and be good. It would be nice to have a telehandler or something like that, something that we can run like a front loader, but we don't need that. I will admit this thing's a little, oh baby, it's a little heavy back here. All right, let's see if we can set this up. Fertilizer going in, going good, and go. So, one more field to do here, and then we'll be all finished up with contract work, and we can finally move forward and do what we need to do. All right, contract finished. Went from 99 to 100% immediately. So, hey, I'll take that. There you go. That's how much we got done. We had a little bit left here on the edge, but it is what it is. Let's head in here. Nope, that's not contracts. There we go. Collect it, okie dokie, and take a look, and that's good. Alrighty, so now I think we probably need to go to bed. There's not much more I can think about that we need to do today in the game. After a nice refill, we are good. So one more day, and we'll finally have stuff ready for harvest. Oh, I'm so excited. Hopefully we get some harvesting contracts too. Oh, wow. 15,000 liters of TMR already. Man, talk about a little too much, a little too fast, eh? Oh, yeah. Oop. Let's go and get this thing closed up. There you go, ladies. So, 'tis April, year number 2. Let's get some rest. We will see you in May when it is time to harvest. So, good news. We've got a full field of canola here ready to go. We've got a full field of wheat ready to go, and you may be able to see at the top we've got 2 harvesting contracts ready to go. One of them is actually the linseed field that we just fertilized. It's ready too. There's so much ready to go. Let's go and open up a couple of these, because we are going to have some fun. Should probably start with some contracts, I think. Actually, what we should really start with is the, holy cow, 750,000 liters of TMR. I think we made too much TMR. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think there's too much. Let's take a look here. We are completely out of straw, so that is the limiting factor of what we could do. We also need a little bit extra mineral feed, but I don't know about you, but I think we've probably got enough here. Let's go ahead and turn this on. I do want to go in. We'll give the animals a little bit before we head out. Let's see. Straw. There's no more straw in here, which means there's also no more manure being made either. How much manure do we have in here? 31,000 liters. So it's not been a lot. So we need straw now. So I think what we'll probably end up doing is maybe taking that from... Nope. Not taking it from the contracts. No, we will not. We'll take it from the fields where we got it from. To be fair, I need the straw like now. So I think what we'll end up doing, instead of doing a contract first, I think I'm going to do this wheat field first. I think that's going to be the game plan here. We get to use the new combine. Oh, I'm so excited. This is also not modified in any way. So it still holds the original like 12 or 13,000 liters. It's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. I'm used to being able to run everything like I normally would want to. You know, run at 100,000 liters, etc., etc., etc. Not so much this time around. These are going to be straight up. But, you know, it is what it is. I said that's the way I wanted to run this series, and by golly, we're going to do it. I do need to be careful coming in here with this big header, though. All right, easy does it. Swing it wide. Oh, we barely made it, but we did make it. Get her unfolded. Oh, come on, really? I was about to say, just give me the darn header. There it is. Sweet. Man, there's a lot of stuff that we got to do right now. We've got contract here, which is massive. Contract here, which is also absolutely massive. Plus, we've got our two fields here and here. By far, this is going to be the smallest field that we have to deal with, which I'm cool with. Jump into steering assist. We're going to run 2 headlands. And now we are off. Turn it on. Get it rocking. Ready to go. There's my line. Perfect. And we'll be able to get some straw. Tell you what, really not looking forward to having to pick this up with a baler, but I don't know, we gotta figure this out. It would be nice to be able to use a loading wagon for this, but I don't think I've got one. I also don't know if there's any sitting around. Now check this out. Hey, so this is our first time that we're harvesting this field after we made it. So one of the things that we did was we took farmland 3 and 2 and brought them together and plowed them up. There was also a fence in between as well. Oh no, go. Maybe a little bit more straw in one place than we need. We're also doing A-OK as far as everything that's there. We're 33% full now, up to 4,500 liters. That would be half full on our other combine. Plus, we've got a much larger setup here now. Instead of 6 meters, we've got 10.8, which I am very, very happy with. So we're making around. We're doing good. I don't know if we're going to have time to do any contracts or not today. This may be the only one we get to. Well, we made it around this far before we had to grab our trailer. The good thing is the trailer hold a little bit. I'll slow it down. There you go, buddy. The trailer hold a little bit more than normal, so at least there's that. This is the trailer that we've increased a little bit. I don't quite know how I'm going to do this field. I know we've got these little Z patterns right here. But I think what I'm going to do is end up cutting into the field like right here, right where I'm at, and just go that way. I think that's going to be the best thing. I mean, I could do it the right way. I don't want to. So what I'm talking about is do it like this and just cut straight in. Just like that. Hey. Well, we made it almost all the way back around again, but not quite. Oh, did I accidentally cut into the field? Well, I did. Oops. I'm actually really happy because the last time around we had, what was it, 16,000 liters of wheat that we had to sell. This time, a little bit better. I think we're going to do A-OK. What is it? We've got another, what is it, 12,000 in here. There's 11 here. It's like 20-something plus what's in the field now, 32,000 liters. Yeah, we've done a whole lot better. Only yield bonus of 95% though. Interesting. I do have quite a few things turned off, so maybe that's got something to do with it. And on the matter, we are back off again, ready to get some harvesting done. We were able to knock out most of this field before having to dump, which is really nice, or else we would be in a lot of trouble. Let's be real here for a minute. Plus, I wanted to keep the lower sized camper trailer. Love this thing. All right, so we've got a little bit more to do, but I've gone off the line, at least from what the worker wants to do, so can't hire them because they'll just make a mess of it. And I will also say that I'm real close to removing that fence, or at least that gate right there. Well, all the gates, they close after you restart your game. And, you know, I restart a couple times, adding in mods, you know, having to go do other stuff, this and that, you know, whatever. So, becomes a bit of a problem. Nonetheless, there you go, 50,000 liters of wheat in, but it is a few months before we could sell it. So then, back to it we go. The last bit is right here. There we go, and we are done. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Very cool indeed. And we're right here, so we can jump right over to our Linseed contract, which is gonna take some time. Oh, it's gonna take a long time. But we ended up getting about 55,000 liters. Well, actually, no, we've gotten more. How much is in this trailer right here? Let's find out. So there's 10,000 liters in there. I've got another almost 5 here, so that's 15. So 65,000 liters. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. That is very, very good indeed. Well, almost 15. It's 65,667. Hey, we're doing okay. So I'm going to take this over. We're going to dump it in our silo. Then we are going to come back in the next one, and we are going to hit this linseed contract. Today, we've got a little bit of work to do. What we need to do is take this straw right here and maneuver that over to where our cattle is. We also need to start working on this linseed contract. And the good thing is, from the last episode, we have updated to version 1.6. So that means that the workers will do what I tell them to do now, which is going to make things super simple. I'm also considering swapping out this baler right here for something a little bit different. I would like to be able to pick all of this straw up and just dump it. I don't really want to mess with, dealing with straw bales anymore. We don't need straw bales anymore. And for that matter, hay, we don't need hay bales either. Silage is the only thing we need to do in bales now. So I've been kind of creeping around to see if there's anything good that we could take advantage of. Of course, there's this, the Flegel Buffel. I don't know when I pronounce that. I modified this at the beginning of Farming Simulator's Farm Sim 25's lifespan to be able to hold more. So it holds 100,000 liters. I think that might ruin the spirit of the play just a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's just me. We do have this, the Fent Tygo. This one, 150 horsepower required. It is pretty heavy, 10.4 tons, but I think this would be okay, 40,000 liter capacity. It would save us a little bit of work, plus it's used, and we can afford it. One thing we could also do is figure out this. So, of course, that makes life nice and easy for us. I guess we could bring stuff over, drop it in the feed mixer, and then take the straw out. That's not a bad idea, actually. We don't really need to do that. We could just have the machinery that we have on the map do it for us. Okay, we'll make some bales. Forget I said all of that. First up, though, we got a linseed contract. We have a linseed contract and an oats contract, so one of each. Very good, very good. Our straw swath is enabled. However, I'm not taking any straw off of these fields, so it's not going to do us any good. So I'm just going to go ahead and disable that because, well, there's no reason to have it. All right, so coming over, we have our AI worker set up, which is great, and we got our steering assist, which is also great. I'm going to run a 2-headland setup here. There we go. We'll go ahead and turn that on and get to moving with it. We're running 2 headlands on this, and then I'll come through and we'll hire our worker up on it. So that should make things pretty simple for us overall. I should be able to just select the AI worker and 2 headlands, right? I think so. Well, we've made it a good ways, but alas, we are full already. How far did we make it up over here? Let's see. That far before we filled up. this field's gonna be a nightmare. This might turn out to be one of those fields where we have to babysit it the whole time. I'm okay doing that. I mean, we did take on a contract that is absolutely massive that really we need 2 people to be doing. So sooner I can get this hired up on a worker, the better. Well, we filled it up once more. Still haven't made it all the way around. We're close. We're very close, but we made it that far. So not quite as far as I would like. Still, nonetheless, it's okay. If we would have gone for a bigger combine harvester, it'd be a little bit better, I think. But still, you know, it is what it is. Let's dump it out anyway. Would be nice to find out where we need to take this stuff because I've totally forgot. So let's jump in here. We'll take a look real quick. Let's see. Farmland number 4. Ooh, 52 grand. I like that. And we're taking it to Farm Store Bay number 2. Does that show up on the map for us? It does. Perfect. And we've got empty number 4. We're still not done with the first headland yet. And we won't complete it because we're even further back than we were on the last trip. But nonetheless, soon after this, we will be good to go. Now, this is a long way to travel, especially through this road. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's far enough. So I need to be careful about when I leave the worker and what they're doing as I'm leaving. We're going to have to be careful of that. And so now we need to make a game plan because we're almost done with our headland, but our trailer is going to be full. Do we finish the harvest and put everything in our silo, which is right over here? I don't actually know if we could put linseed in here, but I guess we'll figure it out, won't we? So that would be the game plan. Do we put the linseed in there and then deliver all of it at once? I think maybe that's probably the game plan. Plus, silo being right there, I don't have to go very far. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this back up to the top of the field because you might be able to see here, the worker actually has a straight line at the top, but there's, I don't know, it kind of breaks up whenever you get towards the bottom. So we'll hire them up at the top and then we'll go dump our linseed somewhere. We're also gonna be left with some linseed as well. The best price is in December. Well, it's currently May. So even with a little bit left over, it's going to be a while before we can sell anything. All right, moment of truth. Can we use our own silo as a mediary point between... Oh, come on. Really? The worker's already full again? Hey, we can dump the linseed here. Oh, I've got it set to the side. That's not good. That's not going to work out very well. Tip side, back. There we go. Now that makes sense. All right. Yeah, we're going to have to babysit dude because he is already full. Great. All right, so we've now got another row here. The worker is rocking and rolling, doing their thing. We are 33% done with the contract as it stands right now, which is great news. Taking a look over here at what we've been able to do, not a lot, if I'm honest. But the good thing is we are moving through it and making some noise. I'm probably going to stay away from these absolutely massive harvesting contracts in the future. Yeah, they pay, which is really nice. However, I am already exhausted from this contract. I got stuff to do for my own farm, man. But I did it for the money, so I can't complain to anybody but myself. Well, we're filling back up over here. Almost full yet again. I think this is going to be the third one. The third set, yeah, right here, you can see how much we've done. Ooh, that's 3 loads right there. That's 150,000 liters. Goodness gracious. But finally, we are finishing up with the field. It has taken forever. And I think we've got like our 5th or 6th trailer up there. It's been a lot. We should be able to fit the rest of this in there, but I don't know. We'll figure that out. The next step is going to be to deliver all of the linseed. Hopefully we'll be able to do that right here. All right, so 44,812 says 89% of our trailer right here is all finished up, ready to go. Our combine needs to go down because we still have another field. It's actually a little bit bigger, I think, down at field 29. That one might take us a little while, though. Oh, man, I forgot we got to harvest our own fields, too. You know what? We might end up canceling that other contract. It's a lot. And we've got our own stuff to worry about. Plus, it's going to take so long to go through. All right, so 250,000 liters in there, plus another, I don't know, what was that, 40-some here? Ooh, that's a lot. So you may or may not know, but after you harvest the field, you only get 80% credit for harvesting. You will have to continue and go along and do the rest of it, so selling everything. But you do get some left at the end of everything, so don't deliver everything. You will have to deliver, was it like 90 or 95%, something like that. You will have to deliver that. Why is this not selling? Hello? Is this one? Farm store bay number 2, right? Oh, there we go. Trigger was just a little bit weird, that's all. Hopefully the contract percentage starts to go up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're delivering to the right place. Let's head back to the farm, get some more, and bring it back. All right, so before it's too late, I am going to cancel this contract. It's just going to be too much work for us, so let's cancel this one. Yep, okay. And we'll collect our $0 payment. But we still got work to do here. This is going to be dump number 2, and I am going to switch this one back over to the left-hand side. I miss dumping from the left-hand side, so we're going to use that. So I think the trigger's a little far forward here, but that's all right. All right, so good thing is the trailer's almost stuffed down. Wha-bam. Now, how are we now? Okay, 34% transported, 87%. So maybe 2 more? Nah, it's gonna have to be at least 3 more. And we got dump number 3. How we doing here? What's our total done? Okay, 52%, up from 34. Man, if only I could do math. I'm kidding. It's 18%. The weird thing is the contract harvested field, that's not going up as much as I thought it was going to. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Well, the good thing is we've got 144,000 liters left, so we've got enough for, what is that? 2, almost 3 full loads? Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Alrighty, so another 2 have gone. We are 98% done for everything. It says 86% transported for field number 4. I've got, I think it's 44,000 liters left, somewhere around there. So we're going to go get the rest of it. We'll see what's left, and whatever is left, it's going to go back in the silo because we got to wait and sell it later. All right, I don't know how much we need to deliver, so I'm going to go with a little bit at a time. 80s, there we go. We'll go with that. At 88%. How's that? 92? It's got to be more than that, right? Oh no, I started making money. Crap. Well, good news, we got 25,000 to save for later, and we actually made about 3,400 bucks right there too, which is nice. Oh, man, I have to go back out. There we go. My mouse disappears sometimes, and I don't know where. All right, completed $52,000. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. So now that that's over with, we've got work to do on the baler. Finally. I feel like all we've done is everything except for our fields. We finally get to jump in and do some work on our fields. And yes, I do need to make a little entrance right there. I know. I use it as a little... Shut up! Decided to drop off our cloths. Need to get that over there anyway, so there you go. There it is. Let's get everybody unfolded. We'll do a little double check right here to make sure we're making 240 centimeter square bales. We are, and we can get to work. Now, I don't remember what the working width of that header is. I should probably have looked. Actually, you know what? I think I might be able to walk up to it. Yeah, 10.8 meters. Sweet. So now we just got to set this to 10.8. There we go. And then set this to 2. And we should line up. And we do. As long as I followed everything anyway. Alrighty, so time to make some bales. Oh boy, we are running low on fuel. Well, hopefully we can get this fill done. You know, I'm looking at the bale counter on there. It's 401. We made 401 bales on this map so far, which kind of blows my mind a little bit. I am curious though, is that correct? Yeah, bales produced 401. So I made every single bale that I have made with this baler. Well, we can't let it go now, can we? Uh-oh, hang tight. Stop the press. I don't know what happened here. But, yeah, I don't remember going over that with a combine harvester. However, this little bump in the field right here is gonna have to go. Let's get our soften tool out. There it is. See, who knows what happened there, but that's all it took. It was just a little bit of smoothing. Got a little bit left of the field to go. We're at 23 bales, 24. I think we just finished making the 25th one in there right now. which is great news. We'll get down to the very end. I'm not going to kick out the last bit of straw yet. I do want to wait until we get over to the other field, because it could potentially be one last bale we have to move, and that could be the difference between a full trailer and not so much of a full trailer, even though we just made it enough for a full trailer. Doesn't really matter anymore, does it? I gotta come back. All right, well, scratch that all. And there we go, all done. Let's go ahead and dump these out and see what kind of trouble we can get in. And we'll unload the last bale too, and that'll be 27. Nice, all right. Bale picking up time. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Will that work? That did not work. Oh, that works. Okay, let's pick up as many as we can. We're gonna leave those up there for now. We'll go swing, 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 pick them all up. We are gonna take these over to our feed mixer. We're gonna put them in there, and then we'll probably end up taking out most of it just so we give it to the cows to make some manure. I have seen the comments, and people have said to use a front loader or a bucket to take it in, and you can get the manure that way. However, it's not working. It's not working. I don't know why it doesn't work. I've tried it. I wish I had more information for you, but it's just not doing it. All right, now this is definitely going to be one I got to figure out. This is episode 13 that I'm recording right now. However, it's been like 2 to 3 weeks since I recorded episode 12, so I'm doing my best, man. All right, let's unload. I think I remember putting 3 of them in front, drop it, and then the first 3 drop. Nice, nice. Oh boy, those did not drop. I could probably get out and like poke them, right? Yeah, I didn't even have to do anything. They just fell. Well, that works. All right, and then we pick these up, hit unload, bring them over here, drop them off, and they go wha-bam. Nice. That's about too easy, ain't it? So the last 3, bam, 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 yep. Oh, come on. I was about to say, don't tell me, put it at right outside that. Okay, so how much straw do we have in there now? That's a lot of straw, wasn't it? 237,000 liters in there. I think that's pretty good. It's also more than we need. We need to get this over to the cows right away. This is the wonderful thing about this. All you gotta do is pull right up under the chute, and anything that's loose inside the silo comes right out. To be fair, most of them work like this too. I just like this one. It's a little slow, but it works. Oh, and I remember this is why I've got the silo tipper facing to the left, so that we can move everything off to the left. To the left, to the left. Not gonna finish that. All right, we'll dump it in. Nice. All right, so let's hop out and see kind of what kind of trouble we're getting into in here. Manure is 128,000 liters, which is great. However, when I come around here, we can see that manure is 31,000. The manure, I've got the manure set to go in this silo right now. I just went in and I changed this silo to is extension yes, so it will work as an extension, which makes things really easy for me, you know. Wait, 187,000 liters of straw? Where's straw in here? 237. Wait, does it have access to both of these now? All right, so straw in here's 187. Straw here's 187. Straw here's 237. I don't know what's going on. Therefore, I'm not even going to try. One thing I am going to do, though, is prove again that I can't get the manure out. So I guess we could start with our tipper trailer here. We'll start with this one. We'll back it in. I'll turn on my help window just so you can kind of see at the top. I never get a trigger to get the manure. I'd love to get the manure so I can take it and sell it. I don't want it. It's just poo. It does me no good. And I don't have I don't do manure spreading. I just sell all this stuff. So we'll bank it in. Nice and easy. You can see, not getting any triggers, nothing like that. Trying real hard, trying to get one of them manure triggers. But yeah, so far, nothing working, at least where it's supposed to. Now, I can turn on this, and we can kind of see where things or collisions are supposed to be. But as you can see, well, that trigger's not lighting up. Let's see if we can make it light up. All right, there we go. So you can see where the lights are and then kind of the orb around this. But there's really nothing else going on in here where you would expect it to be. Audio scope, we're not cared about audio, don't care about the occluder or precipitation. So let's just go to physics. The cow is a little, the shape that it is. Yes. Yeah, I don't think manure's anywhere around here. Maybe in this box, but that box is set up for the straw, and this box is set up for the manure, or not the manure, the food. And none of it works the way. Anyway, so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm also still using the first version of the map. I've done so much, I am not going back and doing it again. So if we have to go without manure, then we go without manure. Don't worry, I got a bucket as well. So we can take this, get in there, and I can show you that it doesn't work with the bucket either. Pull around, and we'll get in here real quick. So, going in, and people have said to go to that trigger and just click to fill up with the bucket. However, going through, nowhere in here does the bucket fill up with manure. Not here, not back there. Let's see. I don't think I can get back in behind there, so maybe I won't try that. Maybe it's a good idea that we don't try that because I'd get stuck real quick. Come around towards the front. You can see no manure, no manure, no manure. Come around towards the back here. No triggers. Nothing. So, I do not have these triggers unless I'm in the wrong place. And hey, if I am, let me know. Love to hear from you. So now really the only thing is to get started on our field. And as far as I can remember, we only have the one field left. I think anyway. Probably go ahead and start working on buying another one. But yeah, we harvested that, and we're gonna go harvest this. And that's it. Those are our fields. Hopefully we could find the amount of money. Well, I was gonna say with bales, but we're not selling bales anymore, are we? Oh man. Well, hopefully we make enough in milk. The good thing is, now harvesting this field should be easier than ever. I think like a day or two after this mod release, this map, no, the Calmsden version, mind you, not the Oak Bridge version, I believe is when, was it like 1.5 or 1.501 drop, something like that, which basically ruined farming, which stinks. So we got to figure this out. Nonetheless, there you go. 2 headlands, and we're going to rock those, and then we will hire them up on a worker to do the rest of it. We do want straw swath here, so we'll enable that. We'll get to work. Normally I go around the other way, so you will have to bear with me. I think this is probably the first time I've ever gone counterclockwise when harvesting a field. Oh, this is going to be fun. We're doing good. We're doing okay. Oh no, the pipe is facing the wrong way. I give up. I give up. I give up. I've cut into the field enough. I'm going to go the right way. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've let everybody down. There we go. Now if we go this way, at least I can pop the pipe out and not destroy my crops. All right, so one pass around brings us to 97%. Not bad. Not bad. We have to dump this, but hey, not bad at all. So, a little bit more room. Oh, no, that's tree. Oh boy, that was almost bad, huh? One of the things I am going to do is whenever we finish this, so there you go, you can see we've done our pass here, we'll do one more headland, and then I'm going to start it down here because this is where the worker wants to be, so I'm just going to let him be where he wants to be. And I will come over here and get some canola. Oh yeah! Now, when does canola sell for the best? Let's take a look here. November. Oh man, though, look at that price. $3,100. We got anything close to that right now? Nothing close. So then back to it, rock and roll. Man, I love harvesting, especially when you got a straw swath out the back. I love it. Now, one thing that we could be doing here is swathing. That's something we really haven't done in a hot minute. Now, we're doing swathing over on the river bend, but we haven't done much over there in a bit. I need to go back and I don't know, play on Riverbend Springs a little bit. I haven't played as much on it recently as I would like to, and we're at like 67, 66 episodes, somewhere around there. I'd love to get that up to 100. I think that'd be so much fun. In the meantime, we're enjoying ourselves here, having fun too. So let's knock out this headland, and then we'll hire the worker. After the second pass, we've got another 12,000 liters here. So we were up to, was it 97% full the first time around? We're at 89% full this time around. Not bad at all. We'll go and get this dumped out looking good. Alrighty, so now what we need to do is set this guy on the far edge and let him run back and forth. Now we're gonna have to do a little bit of carting with this as well, so this will take some time. And after that, come through and pick up all of the straw and all that good stuff. It is going to be a blast. And then we get to do a little bit of mowing and put some more seeds in the ground and start it all over again. However, we're going to have to do that in the next one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Drop the likes, get the subscriptions going, join the GoHamses and the Famses and all that good stuff. I don't even know what join the GoHamses and the Famses even means. Back at it here on Oak Ridge Farms, episode number 14. And we are rocking and rolling, finishing up harvest. And for some reason, our worker decides that it wants to skip lines every now and then. I don't know why it does this. Maybe somebody can help me out with it. Nonetheless, we have a game plan for today. So first things first, we're going to finish up this field right here. This is going to be our canola field. We're going to take all of our canola, put it away in the silo, and wait for a rainy day to sell it. Now after that, we are going to go through and bale all of these straw up. Once all that is done, we're going to take it all over to our crusher and crush those bales back into I was about to say liquid straw, loose straw. What is liquid straw? Is it straw milk? Does that exist? We've got not just this field, but we also have our field over here. I don't remember. Did we do anything with that? I guess we could zoom out, can't we? Yeah, I guess that's done. All right. It's been a while since I recorded on this map. In the last episode, I ended up canceling one of the big contracts that we had because I didn't think I needed it. We are doing pretty good when it comes to everything right now. We've got plenty of slurry coming in daily. We've got plenty of manure coming in now. And we've got plenty of milk coming in from our cattle. And as long as we can keep them fed, everybody's gonna be happy. And we're being able to do that. Plus the money that we get from doing contracts and things like that only goes to upgrading the equipment that we have. And I would say the equipment that we have is more than fine at this point. So we may not be doing many more contracts because I want to get my loan paid off, and I want to get it paid off now. If we jump in, we'll take a look real quick and see how our loan is doing. We're up to $670 of said loan currently. Now, the only thing that we could do to pay back the loan is selling crops. So if we jump over, we can take a look. We've got some canola that's already in, but sells in November. And then we've got some linseed in as well, which is really interesting. That's going to be selling in December. We also have a bunch of straw, but we can ignore that. And a bunch of wheat, which is going to be December. So any money made from selling those crops, specifically any crops that are in our silo, that money will be used to pay off the loan. Now, I don't think we're going to have to wait too much longer, especially with the way things are right now. So hopefully we get some. Yeah, in the meantime, let's finish this up. All done with our canola harvest, and we've got a good amount of canola as well. There's so much to it, man, oh man. We had an extra almost 3,000 liters that we got since that last one. And there we go. 39,000 liters here. I think there was already 50 in there. Not quite. 49,722. This is still going to be a good amount, though. Oh, yeah, now that we're playing on this new version, this should be deletable, right? Do you want to sell it? Aw, $0. There's no point to sell them for $0, is it? There's also a few other things that we could delete, too. I will say that this gate here, though I like it, it doesn't do much good for me having to open and close it every time when I'm never going to close it, especially when coming back into a save. So I'm going to save the game real quick, and I might delete this and possibly a few others. Let's find out. So number one, ooh, that was quick. There we go. Well, that is gone from there. This is another one right here, just because we've got, field there. I think we could delete that fence too. Or gate, rather. This one, I don't think we can delete. No. And I don't think there's any other ones that I need to delete. I think that was it. Those are the only two that are causing us trouble. Oh, Look how pretty that looks. I love it. One of the things I would like to do would be to buy one of the other fields around us. These fields over here have to stay grass because we have to keep our cattle fed. But would it be nice to expand in one way or the other, just getting a little bit more field? We might could even sell this field. I don't need it anymore, so we could technically sell that and then maybe use the extra money to buy another field. Hey, let's see if we can. So checking the prices, it is right at it, but unfortunately we won't be able to afford it yet. So I'm not even gonna try. Now that all of that is done, we get to the baling. I do need to double check, make sure we are good in here. Bales, 240 centimeters. Oh yeah. I think the header was a 10.8 meter, right? Correct, yes, 10.8 meter. So that means we need to set this to 10.8 as well, and I think with all of that, we should be good. Drop it down, turn it on, rock and roll. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sweet, all right. Let's go around and make us some bales. Not bad after we've done the entire outside. We've got 13 bales. Actually, 14 and 15 there sitting waiting. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock the rest of this out. You guys know how to do some baling. We'll see how many bales we get by the time it's all said and done. Most of this is going to be used for bedding, but some of it will be continued to use for TMR and things like that. All said and done here on the canola field. And yes, I am using the canola straw mod. I don't remember what this mod's called. It's Yos. Yos made the mod. All right, so a couple more bells here. Let's go ahead and kick this one out. That is 54. And then we've got a partial bell, which will be 55. There you go. All done with the baling. A lot more bells than I was expecting to have faux show. I will say this, now that the workers are actually doing what we want them to do. My voice didn't work there for a second. It might be a good idea to go ahead and swap out our mowers that we've got. Currently, the mower set that we have means that we have to use a windrow to go through. I think to save a little bit of time, because we're going to have to do it a lot, we might be able to swap out those mowers. I think we have the K-brand mowers in there. Might be able to swap those out for the Samaz or maybe even a Pottinger mower or something like that. Maybe even Kloss mowers. Swap those out and actually get something that's going to leave everything in a swath and mow it more, so we could do less passes and a whole lot less time. How's about these right here? The Pottinger Nova Cat A10 Crossflow. These released pretty early from Despo. Was it 93, I think? Hey, not much better to go than that. I think that's not a bad idea. We also have some other ones as well, like the Kloss mowers. Actually, you know what? The Kloss mowers are a lot cheaper. Oh, they do not have... Never mind. There's no swath feature there. We're always looking for stuff that's going to make life a little bit easier, and I think this, getting rid of these mowers and going with the Pottinger mowers, I think that is one of the things that'll make life a little bit easier. Did not get a lot of money for them, $11,000 and $29,000 respectively. I don't know how the JCB is going to handle this. I think it might be all right, but I got a bad feeling about this. I'll be honest with you. We did spend quite a bit of money that we already had, but you know what? I'm cool with it. You know, it's money we already had, and it's nice to be able to enjoy some of the cash that we have. All right, so usually mowers like this are, well, they work really nicely whenever you're trying to do stuff. I think we'll try and let the worker do most of this. I know we also need to pick up all those bales. Don't worry, we will. But I wanted to kind of speed the process of things up just a bit and maybe get a little bit of extra work done a little quicker. So let's go in. It wants to run one headland. That is not going to be the case at all. We're going to need to run at least two on here. So boom, hit that off into two. It gives us our lines. This will do. I think for the passes around the outside, we may still have to run a windrow through. But other than that, I think we'll be a-okay. Let's double check. Let's toggle our working mode. Bring that swath drop down. And turn it on. Turn on the front. Set it. And go. Yeah. All right. So, 'tis working perfectly fine. Exactly the way that I wanted. And I really wanted this to work with the JCB because of the all-wheel steering. Just makes mowing like a bajillion times easier. Now if we could just add a little bit of power to this JCB, we'll never have any issues when it comes to any of the power rating for this. So I'm going to run 2 passes around this real quick, and then after we hire the worker, we'll start picking up the bales. All right, almost done with this whole pass right here, and we're good. All right, so from here, all we got to do is hire them up on a worker, and hopefully they will do the rest of it for us. It's so nice. After 1.6, the workers have been, well, better than 1.5, I guess is the best way to put that. All right, turn off, do the headlands, set it here. Of course, they're going to back up, pull up. You know, all the worker had to do was pull forward, but it doesn't know that. All right, hopefully it follows along this edge. We're going to babysit it just for a few minutes to make sure we're good, and I think we're good. Now, time to pick up these bales. We made, what, more than 50 of them, didn't we? Whew, that is a lot. I'm going to start farthest away, and then we'll head in. Let's see, there we go. Got it. Boop, boop. Here we go. Let's get 24. First set of bales is done. We can also take a look and see how our mower is doing. I would say A-okay. Dropping off the bales. Of course, every time I do this, I have to remember how to do it. So we run 3, and it'll do the first 3 rows. Please do the first 3 rows. Oh, I got to drop it. That's right. Fills it up. Oh, and I got to touch it too, don't I? Boop. There we go. Man, that straw is filling up a little high. Also, those are not dropping for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. Nonetheless, let's pick up the rest of these bales here. Please? There we go. All right. Well, that worked. And bring it out, drop them again. And we're good. I'm a little bit concerned because that looks very high. Not at all. I don't know why it does. Oh, because there's 741,000 liters of TMR in there. Goodness gracious. I think we need to feed the cows. I would also like to make things a little bit easier on myself without having to go through and, well, TED all of that. There's a couple mods that have come out that make things, well, make life just easier. Where you could put in your grass and you can make hay and silage. And then you can utilize that with some TMR. I might just get something like that. Got our second thing of bales, and I tell you what, the mower's doing pretty good. I'm super happy with that, plus those lines are looking fresh. Great job. All right, let's see if we can do this without the bales, like, getting stuck in midair again. Maybe if I put them here and let them drop. Hey. Nope, that didn't do it. Oh, hey, all I gotta do is pull forward a little bit, like move the things around it. That seems to work. There we go. Drop them here, pull forward just a little bit. There we go. Drip, drip, drip. Bam. Might also be a good time to sell that building right there. I'm not actually using it for anything anymore. I don't remember the last time I actually stored a bale. So maybe we could get rid of that because I don't need to keep bales anymore. All the bales that we make go into feeding our cattle now. Yeah. Well, here we go. Here's our last 7 bales. Drive over. There we go. Got it. We're good. Here's our last 7 bales. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get into here. So the other thing to look at is maybe going to a loose pickup kind of thing. I know we're kind of changing the way we do things, but, you know, a lot of people start with making bales and then pick it up using a loading wagon. Some people go the other way around. Bales have been fine, but we're just turning it back into loose crop again. I think the biggest thing is finding something that's not too cheaty, but still works exactly the way you would expect it to. That's going to be the big problem for me, is trying to find that tool. Now that all that is said and done, let's take some of the straw out of here and give it to our cows. Here you go, little baby cows, all happy, even though I'm basically running over one of them. Thank goodness they don't have collisions when you're in a vehicle. All right, so taking a look at what we've got and a couple things. I would like to have something that kind of looks like this, but does what this does. If you guys don't know, this is what I've been using over on the other series that I'm doing, Riverbend Springs, and this basically takes grass and straw and turns those into hay and silage. It'll also take hay and turn that into silage as well, if you want, but I do not want. This would be nice, however, I will tell you this much. It doesn't fit on this farm. I don't think it looks good on this farm. It stands out like a sore thumb, and if we move this building around, there's no buildings that look like this on the map. Maybe that's about as close as you can get. What I may end up having to do is going on the mod hub and seeing if there's anything like that that we can get that might work out. I think something like that would be great. It's definitely going to speed up the process of things that we do. Making the cow feed and doing the mowing and baling and tedding and wrapping and all that stuff generally takes the most amount of time. So if I could speed that process up while still making it a big investment, I think that's going to be good. I think that's okay. So I've been spending the last couple minutes working on getting the cows all fed up. So we've got plenty of straw in there for them. I'm moving over TMR as we speak. And our grass field is almost done mowing. I still haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do the silage to TMR and all that stuff, but I got to figure all that out. Nonetheless, if we pass through, we can see our mowers doing a great job, and there's only one more pass to do, and they will be all done. Still a couple other grass fields to do, but I see this one's almost finished. I'm just going to take control of it myself and do it all on my own. Knock it out quick. Alrighty, one down, a couple more to go. Because it's simple and easy, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the one right here at the cow farm. I'm just gonna do it really fast to get it over with. We'll see what kind of trouble this field will bring. Usually, I get a little bit too close to the edges, and I imagine that's exactly what's gonna happen here as well. Oh yeah, it crosses right there. Oh, here we go. Yikes. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Still not great though. It's actually not too bad. This is working out really, really nicely. Super duper well. The thing is, because you've got all-wheel steering, best way to do all this is just do your best to try to follow along with the front mower, and you should be a-okay. There are a couple spots that I have missed or didn't quite hit the way that I wanted to. There we go. But it's pretty simple to hit them all. Again, I am still going to come through with a windrow or merger, and we're going to hit the outside two lines of all of these just so that everything is nice and cohesive whenever we come through with the pickup. Not bad, but the outside areas definitely need a pass. You can see right through here that just looks rough. So a nice merger will make that all nice and pretty. Alrighty, the last grass field on our list today is this one down here. And all we got to do is just do our best to follow along and hire it up on a worker or a activate GPS, sorry, as soon as we can. Whew. It's a little bit foggy down here right in the low-laying areas. I like that. That's cool. Alrighty, so now I've gone through. I've hit this field, made it look very, very nice. So we need to get away from there. I've still got more TMR here. Tell you what, it's making TMR faster than I can even give it to the cattle. I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best. We'll drop this off. This will be our last one. Actually, we can take a look here. All right, they're at 379. This will be 50,000 more than that. So I think that's probably enough to get them through the next day. Is that enough to get y'all through the next day? This one just mooed. It's also licking concrete, so I don't know if I can trust him. You all right there, buddy? Is that concrete good? Okay. So again, this is just to make things a little bit nicer and easier and make it look pretty. Our bit over there, the mowers, they are running an 8.9 meter worker width. So this one is a little bit high. I'm gonna bring that down just a bit. There we go. Turn it on, set it. Oh, come on! Sorry. Every time you try to drive, if you set the cruise control, if you set it and it's too short, it will just keep going and not let you move. And I don't like that. Honestly, I don't really need to be coming through here and doing it like this, doing like the lines and stuff. I mean, it's cool, but I don't need to. And then we just need to make this turn nice and easy. There we go. And voila. Nice, pretty corner. Now, do I need to do this? No. This would work perfectly fine without having to come through here and do all of this. But great. But it does make things easier, especially coming through here with a loading wagon or something like that, which I think we're probably going to switch over to. I think the days of the bales are gone, and I'm so tired of these stupid trees. So I'm going to go ahead and run these outside passes so that we push everything in. It'll also take lines like that and split them up so that the outside headland is a little bit more. and maybe delete some of those trees back there that are just a little bit in my way, a lot in my way. And then from there, the mower should be done. We'll be done with this, and it'll be all time to get ready and find a new way to pick it all up. Look at that. Perfect. Welcome back. This is episode number 15 from Oak Ridge Farm, and I'm standing in the middle of a peas field right now. And there's a reason for that. It is the field that I want. I want this field. I want it now. However, it's got peas in it, and I don't take too kindly to that. I'm interested in selling off farmland number 2 here and farmland number that one and buying this. However, as you can see from the balance that I have, it's still not enough. I need $470,000 for this, and I've got $432 currently. So I need to do a little bit of work in order to get to that point. So I'm going to first take a look, see if there's any equipment, one, that we can sell. Nothing over here. I mean, we got a couple things over here. Soon we won't need the tedder or the bell wrapper anymore. How much are we getting for the bell wrapper? 46,000. Okay, well, that would take care of it, certainly, wouldn't it? And this one, probably not much. 12,000, so not a lot. I do want to keep the merger. Love that thing to death. However, yeah, I think because we're going to be doing loose stuff from now on, we could probably just sell these. So let's do a little repaint job. We'll sell that. I'm using the mobile workshop mod to do all this, so that makes things nice and easy. There we go. We're at $492, which means I can buy the field I want, field 7. Now, we could buy a couple other ones as well, but pricing and this and that, it's just not quite enough yet. So we will do this. I want it, buy it, yes please. Here's the other problem. Well, it's peas. So that's not great either. I don't have a peas harvester, so we're going to have to go and get one and get this stuff out of the ground. It'll be worth way more to do it that way than it would be to not, so we need to make that happen. Here's another problem. I don't have enough money to even lease this thing, and I don't know how much it would cost to lease because it won't tell me. I physically don't know. Oh, it shows us how much it costs to buy it, but I guess we could go with wheels. Do I have enough now? No, not even close. Oi, I guess we could check milk and slurry, and I think there's some digestate as well at the BGA. Maybe we could check. All right, so we got a little bit here, 14,000. Not bad, not bad. We're definitely going to be pushing everything to its limits just to be able to afford all of this. One thing I could easily do is get a hold of a harvester, you know, like the Colossus or something like that. I'm avoiding trying to get the Colossus. I don't want to have to go with something just insanely unrealistic. We don't have anything like that on the map, and I want to kind of keep it that way, at least for this series, at least visually looking normal. All right, we got $28,000 from that. I mean, we got to be able to lease this now, right? How much? Oh my goodness, it costs $30,000 to lease. Are you serious? I don't want to. No, per work hour. Oh no, it's gonna be so expensive when we return it. Oh no. We need it though to get rid of all the peas that are in that field. We gotta have it. So here's gonna be another thing that's like a telltale. What I'm gonna do, I've got a mod installed that shows me what is on the ground. So here we have a potential harvest quantity of 132,700. Well, I do have some good news. It is very, 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 very profitable. So if we were to sell right now, there's some places with really great prices currently. If we sell today all of the peas that we would get, we would make about $237,000. Yeah, that's great. If we were to wait until November, granted we're in May right now, but if we were to wait till November, we'll get about $256,000. Yes, it's more, but it's not more enough. And here it is, the unfortunately base game peas harvester. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, not looking forward to this whatsoever. Actually, I'm tempted to go mod one of these so it'll hold a little bit more, but what are you gonna do, right? What are you going to do? I have not utilized a peas harvester in this, not only this series, but this is the first time I've used this machine since me and Clutch did anything way back when, at the beginning when the game first launched. So we'll come through here. Is it processing some? Yep, nope, there it goes. We're getting peas. It's just gonna take forever. You get a lot, but it's also gonna be at 3 meters doing everything. It's gonna be a really great profit, don't get me wrong. It's just gonna take us a little while. Plus, I'm probably gonna have to do basically just carting nonstop for this. So, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Honestly, I think 6 miles an hour is a little bit silly. I am going to enable fast farming for this, and we're going to bump that up to about 12. I think that's going to help things out just a little bit. And also, because of the way that they've updated the game recently, I don't have my header bouncing around. That makes a big difference. Well, I'll be honest with you, we didn't make it very far. I have gone in and I have made, not a DJ version, but just one that holds more. I've increased it by about 11 times, 12 times, 13 times, somewhere around there. I increased it up to 40,000. I mean, the other vegetable harvesters are around there, at least the spinach one is, and it feels weird for that one not to be, so I gave it a boosty boost. So that should make things a little bit better for us, and we don't have to, well, make it this far right here. So I'm going to unload what we've got, and then past that, we'll go from there. What in the world? Is this thing, do you have to really get up like stupid close to this for it to actually work? Confirmed. All right. Oh, you could piddle with it a little bit. All right, well, never mind. This would probably be easier if I had a shorter trailer, but do not. All right. So that's all the peas that were out of here. Let's pipe back in. I'm gonna bring this around here and we're gonna get rid of it. All righty. Hopefully this makes things a little bit easier on us. I am hoping, man. All right, so it says we need to run 3 passes. We'll bring this back down to 12 miles an hour, which makes things, again, more simple. If anybody's curious, this is why I don't do any of the new crops. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. The benefits do not outweigh the work. It's cool because it's more opportunities and more, different things to do. And in that case, that is pretty cool. However, for making videos on YouTube and stuff like that, it's difficult. And again, I'll reiterate, not very fun. All right, I'll quit complaining now because I did decide to buy that. Really? Oh, come on. Get out of here, trays. There's a couple more here, too. Don't hit me. Oh, come on. Really? Why and how? I gotta scoot around that much. Ugh. Gotta remove those trees. That's gonna get all up in the way. This is the end of our 3 headland pass right here. I really wanted to do 5. I thought 5 would make things a little bit easier. We got 17,000 liters in here, and it is going up. Not a whole lot more, but it is going up. For some reason, that field allows me to do only 3, and I've reset it to 5, and this field back here allows me to do 5. Why won't this field up here let me do more? I don't know what to do to reset it. I've tried and tried and tried. Oh, can I just hit the reset button? Does that work? Tell me that works. Please tell me it works. Yeah? It just disappeared though. Nope, didn't work. Crap, is it raining right now? Oh, come on. Really? Of course it is. Where's the weather at? Goodness gracious. It's not going to rain for very long. You do lose, when it's raining, you do get less for your crops, I think anyway. So I'm just going to retire for a moment. We'll say this, even though it is raining, there's a few other things that we can still do. So we'll bring this here, let that unload. I did not change the unload speed. Oh boy. I'll have to do that eventually, but I guess not right now. A couple things that we can do is we can fertilize a little bit. So we can put this here and get to it. I have added the updated version of this, so we get 42 meters automatically. Very cool, very cool. And I'm still using the double application rate mod, so it is spreading at double the application. So if we take a look, activate normal application, yeah, so now it's putting down double your fertilizer. There you go. Gotta love that dark blue. Oh yeah! I guess while we're at it, we can also go ahead and take some slurry up and get that sold up at the BGA. There is a little bit up there. I think we've got a little bit more room. Would be nice to not have to be up there anymore, but you know what, it is what it is, and it is fine. I just hope that the grass is okay on the ground. Hope that it doesn't disappear. Oh, I totally forgot I emptied out the BGA, so we wouldn't be doing anything up there anymore. Oh, well, never mind. I'm just gonna go take this and sell this at that selling station. Pricing's not amazing, I'll give them that much, but you know what? Almost $5,000 for 50,000 liters. Not too shabby. All right, so I sped up some time, and we are now about an hour later, maybe hour and a half later, something like that. Everything is nice and clean now. Well, at least the wheels are nice and clean. And we should be good to go to get back ready for harvest. Let's drop this here. There you go. Good, good, good. Doesn't look like the grass swaths went down. I mean, maybe they did, but who knows, right? All right, so we'll take this. One thing I am going to do real quick, I'm going to set this up and just reset it because I do want to set 2 headlands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Let's reset that. It should reset it right to there. Yes, I don't know any other way to go about this to make it 5 headlands. I just don't, I don't know. But this should work. It should have worked. Hopefully this worked. Come on, give me 5. Hey! Why I have to do it like this, I will never know. But it is what it is. Alrighty, so finally I've got my 5 headlands, and there's so much extra room to turn around now. I'm very, very happy about this. Number one thing we gotta do, come over here, and we're going to see if we can get over there and dump right into that trailer right about there. Yeah. Good enough. Boy, I forgot about not changing the dump size again. Goodness gracious. All right, so we got to figure out what we're going to put in between these 2 fields as far as crops that are going to make us money. So we did, was it canola and wheat? Is that right? Yeah, canola and wheat the last time around, which is, you know, fine, and it's good. We could, because we do have a planter, we could upgrade and go into corn. However, it's not direct drill, so we'll have to do 2 passes through there. I'm really trying to stay away from stuff like the green beans and that kind of thing. Although, we could run a linseed again. Linseed does pay pretty well, all things considered. Canola is still just, I mean, it's the bee's knees, really. Speaking of bee's knees, soybeans knees. That didn't work. I do think that we need to run soybeans, at least in one of the fields that we're going to do. Hey, it's done. Sweet. So I think soybeans, we run those in one of the fields. Whichever one's bigger, we run it in that one. And then from there, we just got to figure it out. So I think figuring it out from here, we need to go here, 5 headlands, turn it off, hire the worker, and then just let them go in the field and do whatever it is they're going to do. I don't even know at this point. There you go, buddy. Go have some fun with off-roading or whatever it is that you're doing. Sure, yeah, you can cut across that way. That'll work. I think I changed these silos to be bulk, but I don't remember if I actually did or not. Let's find out. Hey, I did. All right, very cool, very cool. I guess we could, honestly, we could sell some of this now, but this is, we don't need to yet. We don't need to sell any of that yet. Plus, that's going to go towards our paying off of our loan. Even though I didn't plant it, still going to pay off my loan with it, so you can get over it. Looks like our worker cut into the field at the longest point that they could that was in front of them, and now they are going back and forth on this shorter area here. I am going to line up down here at this end of the field because this is, well, the side, as long as they're going the right way, this is the side that I would need to be on to do any good carting. So we'll park it up down here. We'll let our worker run and go from there. A little bit of time has passed and the worker is doing everything that they can as well as they possibly can. They are going to have to re-hit one of these, but they're doing pretty good right now. So we got 12,000 liters, 12,500 in there so far, which is nice. I mean, the workers doing the thing. They did skip a line for some reason. I don't know. That happens every now and then. They always go back and re-hit it anyway, so what does it matter? Now that we've got this going on, I do think that it's important that we start maybe seeding. I mean, we got the fertilizer done on that field, so we may as well go ahead and start putting something down. I know for a fact we're going to be doing some sort of soybeans, so I think that's exactly what we start with. Let's find our fent. Here we go. To be fair, this is a bit overboard for the seeder, but it works great. Crap, I forgot that they don't have soybeans in the seeders anymore. And that planter over there is not a direct drill, so we're going to have to go about it like this. We're going to have to cultivate this stupid field. And I don't want to. Let's make sure that Create Fields is turned off. It is, and that is good news. Looks like the worker over there is doing pretty well, so that makes me happy. Good job, buddy. All right, so I think with this one, we probably run the headland pass around and then let it do what it wants to do. It says 2, but I don't think that's quite enough room with this big tractor to turn around. So let's go 3 there, which means we also need to go 3 here. And yeah, that should work just fine. So I'm going to run 3 passes around real quick on my own. And then after that, we will hire the worker up on it. 3 headlands are done. And that means we need to double check on our harvester, who is, 75% done. This field is taking it's taking a whole lot longer than I wanted it to. But whatever. Cool. It's all cool. After it's already done all of that, I wasn't quite sure how much that was going to be, so I just kind of lined it up with this. We now need to unload from this side, and I really hope that we can actually cart with this. Let's see here. Can we get close enough to where it'll empty out? No, we can't. It will just stop. You know what? Probably not a bad idea. We need to give it a minute anyway. All right, let's go. Catch up. Come on, go. I'm literally stuck. I don't know what I'm stuck on. You know what? Stop. Just stop. Uh-oh. I deleted some crop. Crap. Yeah, I really need to change the unload speed on this. But you know what? It works. So, whatever. All right, buddy. Keep going, man. I'm gonna go dump this out into the silo. So I could probably delete this fence right here too, or gate rather, not fence. It is just gonna be up in the way. There we go. Now I could just right out through there. Perfect. Might also be about time to delete all of the trash and stuff that really gives the main farm some life here, but I don't think we need it anymore. Yeah, there's cool stuff, but yeah, it also kind of gets in the way a little bit, especially when I'm trying to sneak out the top of the area right here. Let's see, can we get that in there? Dump the peas, yes please. Let's see, so if I were to delete the junk, let's see, I'm just clicking on a few things to see what is considered junk. Yep, that as well. And also, I think these as well, too, aren't they? Yeah, see, I love all this extra stuff here at the edge, but you know what? We did it for the other farm. Let's do it for this one, too. Why not? So we got rid of all of that stuff, all the extra little bits here, and all this stuff down here, too. I bet we could remove some of these hedges and actually create a new way out of this field. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's see. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. We've got a sign here, so we need to be careful about the sign. And then I think first things first, let's find out whatever texture this is. All right, so that is a concrete texture, but there's also some gravel in there too. So I think we'll utilize the concrete texture, at least to start with. I do want to change the brush size. How do you change the brush shape? Oh yeah, like that. Never really know how to do any of this anymore. So much has changed. We'll bring this down around like that, and now that gives us a way out. Yeah. And then we just need to kind of boop, kind of angle it a little bit. Yeah, just like that. That'll work. And then after that, maybe give it some dirt on the side, something like that. Like there's some straw and some stuff down through there, kind of give it some little patches. One way to break up the concrete is literally just to give it some patches, just super random, of gravel, like this. And yeah, kind of, I mean, it doesn't look as good as the way that Oxy did it. But you know what? It's not terrible. Not terrible at all. Is there a way to get this texture here too? I think this is it. Yeah, we need to add a little bit more around towards the edges just so it blends better. Just about like that. It kind of turns from one thing to the other. Not bad. I'll put a couple little bits here at the top. Just like that. I think that will just about do it. Yeah! Now, what do you think about that? Last thing is going to be to level everything out. This is going to be the hardest part. I want to go nice and slow because up here, it kind of goes up and then down. So I want to make sure we don't get too close to the road. Even though the road is going to be more than fine, we do want to make sure that we avoid that. And through there, just like so. I think that's probably good. Yeah, all right, let's see how that looks. I'm really excited about that. I know we did this kind of at the end of this episode video, but boop, just like so. That is like the easiest thing ever. Something else super easy is coming back in the next one. We got a whole lot more here from Oak Bridge crashing and all that good stuff, so make sure you don't miss it. The peas field will hopefully be done by the next time you guys see us, and hopefully this field will be at least finished cultivated so we can start seeding. Good morning from Oak Bridge Farms, episode number 16. If you haven't checked out any of the other 15, hey, the first 10 were called Calmsden, so it's been a fun series so far. In the last video, we harvested this entire field right here full of peas, and as you can see, it is finally done. We got well over 116,000 liters of peas, so it's showing 116 here. However, I do have some good news. You see, I've got another trailer full of 16,000 liters, and we are going to make some cash money today, baby. Yeah! I need to go in here. We got to find ourselves the best place to sell this right now because I want to make the most amount of money possible. Looks like the general store, this is going to be the best place for us, so let's tag it, bag it, and get to it. Also, late in the last episode, I made this little area right here where we could just go out and cruise. Only thing is, those signs have collisions, and I really should download like the map hider mod or something like that and delete those. Boy, oh boy, is that getting annoying. I'm kind of set up here, ready to go. We've also finished cultivating one of our main fields, so we're going to be planting soybeans, and that feels weird to say planting, but yeah, it is what it is. And then we'll figure out what's going to go in this field over here. We need to fertilize it, but that's the only thing we need to do next. I think we'll just use the direct drill and put something from that in. Canola makes really good money, but we've just done canola, so we need to do something probably in the grain crop area. Maybe barley. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to be selling all of these peas today. So not just the 50,000 that we've got in here, but another 82,000 liters here. I want to make this money. We want to get it. And we're going to be using, I think, all of it? Most of it? Most all of it? What is going on with the trigger right now? Hang on. You know what? Let's change this to low or dumping rear. Maybe that'll make it better? Nope. Not in the least bit, actually. What in the world is going on? Well, it keeps messing with me. We're gonna have to go somewhere else to sell this, or we're gonna have to place down a sell point right beside this. I don't know, but that's not, that's weird. Oh, it looks like I can sell the general store. That's interesting. I didn't know that I could sell the sell points. Does it also sell this one too? All right, that one's not red. That one's not red. You know what? We're going to do a little bit of testing here. So let's save the game real quick, and then let's delete it. What's the worst that could happen, right? Sell that. Okay. I don't think anything else sold. I think we're okay. All right. Now let's go in, let's find ourselves another sell point, and let's put it down. And instead of putting it out way in the open, I'm going to put it right here. Bam! Boom. Got it. Now we need to change this. What was it? General Farm Store? I forgot where I sold what I sold. Here we go. The other one's called Bay 1. So we'll just change this. What? Did it really take? Hang on. They literally just censored me to not put Bay. B-A-Y. What in the world? Why would you do that? You know what? Psh, whatever. It's general. That's how you spell a scream, right? Let's see if this works. I'm hoping it does. Hey, it does. That's great. Is this the best place to sell anymore? Still the best place to sell. All right. How can these be Bay, but this one is, So stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. All right, we need to pay attention. Whatever we get for selling this, I'm going to pay off some loan because this is a field that we had, even though I bought it with the crop in it. $91,000, so we need to pay off $90,000 of our loan. All right, there we go. We're now down to $580,000 in the loan. Oh, this is good. We're paying it off. So we've started with a $1 million loan, and we're down almost half that. Now, granted, it has taken a while. If I would have done a lot less milling about, I guess is the right word to use there, and focused more on just planting things in our fields, and then harvesting and moving along, probably could have done this faster. However, it would have been a lot less fun. This is way more fun. Let's go. Let's do this one more time. Bring it in, get it sold. Best price is still here, which is great news. We should get another $90,000+ from here, allowing us to pay off even more of that loan. All right, what do we get? How do we do? Another $91,000. So another $90,000 to pay off. Now down to $490,000. We are less than half now. Here's our last sale. We had another 30-some thousand liters in here, so we did pretty good. Over 130,000 liters off of that field. Very nice. All right, $60,000 here to pay off this time, bringing our total down to $430,000 for that. So now that we've got the sell done, we need to start working on our field work. So the first things first, we're going to go over, hit our planter, and let them go. So what I'm going to end up doing is using the big Fendt 900 on the planter. I don't know what the power requirement of this is, but I feel like this is going to be working a-okay just fine. We'll grab that, fold it up. We also have a seed unit right here that we're going to use as well because there's only 630 liters of seed in there. That is not enough. Drop the weight, bag it up. Ooh, it's heavy. Pick up the seed. Got it. And now we change over to soybeans. All right. Let's get her unfolded. Let's get everything in the field. Whatever the headlands require, I am going to do those myself. And we'll start right here, back it up, and then figure out what our settings are. 6.8 meters. It says 2 headlands should be enough. I think with this cedar, 2 should be okay. We'll have to wait and see. So, get a little ding ding, drop it down, turn it on, and go. And nothing's happening. Is nothing happening? Really? Hang on a minute. Oh, no, it is. I can't tell where I've been. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So I've got a plan. First things first, we need to get into this field, and we need to fertilize it. And please just go with me here. Let's do that. Let's get the fertilizer going in. We will double check to make sure we're going double application rate. Yes, we are. It's a mod that allows you to fertilize twice at once, which makes things nice and easy. And with that, now this field is done. So there is one thing that I never really do with fields. So this one's not saying it needs to be rolled. So rolling this field should allow for us to be able to see where we are, what we've planted, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna give that a try. We'll see how it works, and hopefully it's all good. I think that's gonna work. Yeah, this'll work. This'll work just fine. Perfect. It's gonna take forever, but it's fine. Fine. All right, let's change this to front wheel steering only because that is gonna be the easiest way to do this. Steering assist, yada, yada, yada. 2 headlands, sure, and go. So now, all we gotta do is roll the field. And then, hypothetically speaking, this should now show the planter lines, at least I'm hoping that it does, but we'll see if it does. We'll pull forward, drop it down, turn it on, and not showing planter lines. I don't. Oh, there it is. There's the planter line. So it will show them. It's just not going to show them where I've already been. What a confusing time to be alive. You know what? I give up. I give up. I'm just going to hire the worker, let them do the whole thing. I don't trust them, but I hope that they do okay. And don't mess it up too much. We'll have them do what they normally do, which is going to be to start with the ups and downs right here. So we'll back it up, line it up just about perfect for it so it doesn't have to do much. AI worker, work the headlands, start with the up and downs, 2 lines, okay, go. Just do your thing. Oy, oy, oy. Now I need this. I got barley selected already. We're going to put barley down. All right, so looking at it from this angle, I guess you could see it, but when it's going back and forth, it's really hard to tell where the planter's been and where it hasn't been. So I'm also going to do the exact same thing here with my seeder too. So I've lined this up perfectly. Go back to the AI worker. Let them do their thing. Hopefully it doesn't mess about. This is a direct drill, so this should work. Just kind of waiting for it to actually happen. Oh, it's going down. Is it going to work for me? It works for me. Sweet. So that's one less thing, rather, that I have to worry about. So while our workers are at it, and they're doing pretty good, I may add, I think it's time that we do some modifications to the cow area. So as you may know, we don't really need this bale hanger anymore, because we're not doing bales anymore. So I think we could probably go ahead and sell that. All right. So what I need now is I need to put something down that's going to help us out by turning our grass and hay into hay and silage and straw into, well, just straw, hopefully. I think something like this is going to work. However, the color doesn't fit with this farm. So I'm thinking something like white, maybe. Like, maybe not. Maybe a gray? Gray works, right? Let's see. That's a little bit too gray, I think. Maybe we try something like brown. That did not fit. I need to find a color that works here. Of course, I accidentally placed one down, and it messed with the ground. Crap. You know, silver's not too bad. I think that's the one to go for. Let's set this just at a little bit right about there. I think that overlaps with an object. Whatever. Get out of here with that business. And then about right there, bam! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now we gotta smooth all this out, which is gonna be fun. Not a bad idea to go ahead and move that trailer out of the way as well, because that is gonna cause some serious trouble when trying to smooth all this out. So the first things that I need to do, let's see, does that really come up and then the wall is just kind of appears out of nowhere? It does. I like that. It's pretty sweet. Let's go with a flattening setup. Not too big, but we do want to make it strong. And we're just going to start up here at the top so that it kind of matches this a little bit. We'll bring this out just a hair. Through there. There we go. Nope. There we go. That's what I want. I want to make this nice and flat. Bring up the edges. We're also going to have to bring it up a little bit over here on the other side of it too. The reason for this, oh man, I'm messing that road all up, aren't I? The reason for this is we've got to create a smooth transition up to it. So, yeah, I mean, it's working, right? Yeah, this is working. It's working. Well, it's not perfect, but I don't think it's going to get any better. So, this is what we're at. I also don't like that this is here because I think it looks silly there, but for now, it's going to have to stay there unless we move all of the contents, which is going to take literally forever. So now that that is done, we do need to go in here and double check a few things just to make sure everything is copacetic. As you can see, it has decided that it wants to use all of the inputs from this, which is not what I wanted. Building input silage and input output is also silage. Now it's saying building input straw. Did I read that wrong? I think I read that wrong. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. That is not what I wanted. None of this is what I wanted. Yep, no, I'm gonna start this again. That did not go well. I'm very unhappy with all that. So are you ready to do this again? Maybe, maybe not. Let's drop that there. There's a couple things. Oh man, we've still got a bunch of selling to do with this too. Crap. Ah, it's the old sell point. Boo! This whole thing's been for nothing. Does the sell point still trick out? Yep. All right, let's do this again, except this time I'm not gonna mess around. AI worker, blah, 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 go, 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 do your thing. I don't care. Meow. Multi-selling station, ta-da! I don't know if we're going to be making the same amount of money here. Nope. Far less, in fact. $60 less or $50 less per 1,000 liters. How do you like that? Man, I tell you what, you want to know what defeat looks like? Everything that just happened. None of that was fun. I did not enjoy a single minute of any of that. I can't get the sell price to go up. Every time I put down a new sell point, I've tried putting a few down, like, oh, well, maybe if I do this, it'll maybe go up a little bit, yeah? No. And yes, I'm fast farming. I don't care. I'm having a bad day right now. So I decided just to say, screw it, and I'm not going to do it. We're not going to sell the peas today. We're going to wait, and we'll wait for that price to go back up, and I'll be happy with it. It'll be fine. Everybody will be okay. It'll be cool. But I do need to figure out how to get all of this grass up. I think I'm just going to have to go to my old trusty, don't care how unrealistic it is, we're picking it up, and this is the easy way to do it. I'm so tired of doing bales. So tired of doing bales, in fact, that I'm going to sell my baler now so that I never have to see it again. There you go. Goodbye, everybody. You gotta go. So now we gotta figure this out. This is awesome. However, having the fermenter so close did not work. It didn't work at all. Actually, whatever the opposite of worked is, it did that. So we're gonna have to put this well away from this spot, which is fine, but that also means we're gonna have to do a bunch of moving stuff around in order to get it over there to mix our TMR. So I think we're going to have to put our fermenter somewhere on this farm. We don't need this anymore, so we can delete that. It doesn't really remove any visual aids from this area. So the fermenter is going to have to go on this farm. One of the nice things with that is the straw can we can put some straw here and turn it into silage and have some extra silage, which is all right. And then, the grass can turn to hay, so that makes things easy. So we have a couple options. I do like Omatana's setup here, and I like this too, but as I mentioned multiple times, this doesn't match anything on the map. I think the closest thing is going to be Omatana's setup here, but even it doesn't really match anything on the map. But then again, I don't know if there's anything that matches what's on the map. Okay, so what I've done is I've found a little mod that might be fun to use and is a bit different. 'Tis this guy right here, and what I've done is I've actually modified it slightly to, do what we want to do. It is made by the same person who made our feed mixers, DS Power, but I've gone in and modified it a little bit. Basically added a 0 to the capacities because it didn't hold a lot. And one of the neat things is it holds diesel. So you have to put diesel in it to make it work. I'm still terrified to put it way over here. I guess we could put one down just to see what happens. But, what do you mean land's not owned by me? It overlaps with another. Rabble. One thing is you do have to back up to it to dump in. So that's going to be something interesting that we have to sort. I'm going to try maybe to put it over here just to see, hey, can I get away with putting it here? This should give us enough room and we can back in and out of this spot. All right, so we'll put that there. Let's see, has it connected itself? It may actually connect with that silo. That might be what's going on with it. Let's click it and see what we've got. So, yeah, it thinks it has straw and it thinks it has silage, which is a big problem. So we don't want this anywhere near the silos over here. The good thing is, it was kind of neat. I mean, check this out. All right, so I know it says missing the hay drying L10 end. Just ignore that. It'll still make it. So we got grass in, hay in, but it also takes diesel. So we're going to have to do that. And then we got multiple different silage setups. So I guess we can start with a straw one. And it makes stuff, 500 or 482 cycles per month, $2 per cycle. Yeah, it's pretty expensive actually. What's the price over here? Oh, $1,200 per month to run that. All right, well, I guess I'll quit complaining about how expensive this is. Let's take that, let's move it over here. Tell you what, I feel like I've gone through like the ends of the earth trying to make this thing work. But here it is in another area. I've actually got it in the building a little bit, so it kind of looks like it does stuff. Now let's check it and see. All right, so this is good. There's no incoming or outgoing materials, which is great news. Plus, it's right beside the fuel tank, which is nice. One thing I do want to look at is, what does it look like inside through the wall? Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. It is kind of loud. But, what do you expect, I guess, right? Okay, so now we need a loading wagon to... Why do I have so much money? Wait. When I put that down over here, did that sell all the silage that I had? No. Well, I'm trying to figure out where in the world the money came from, but I have no idea. The land sale, that makes sense. Sold vehicles. Oh, I never remember where the money came from. Sold the baler. I'm an idiot. Okay, so there is something that I've been dying to use since the game launched, but I haven't used it because I didn't want to go too wild and crazy, and I still don't think it's too wild and crazy. It holds a lot, holds it says 100,000 liters, I believe is what this is. This is the Fliegel Buffel or Buffel. I don't know. I really got to learn German to learn what the dots mean. I don't know. We don't have dots in English, except over the I and probably others. Lowercase j, maybe. There you go. Nonetheless, I think this is pretty sweet. It has been modified to go up to 18 miles an hour. It's real expensive as well. I think it's a really nice trade-off between the baler that we had and, not having it. It's pretty big, but it's a loading wagon at the end of the day, which is really cool. And I absolutely love it. It was one of the things I was most excited about using whenever the game first launched, but I never used it. And I made a version like day one. I think actually before the game came out, I made a version of this that I could play with off screen. And I just haven't really done much with it. So I think now is the time to go with it. One of the cool things as well, it's got a pipe. So I can overload into that production chain that we've got much, much easier as well. I think this is just super neat. And I'm super excited about it, and it is mine now. So ha 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 ha. We need to find out what our mower was so we can pick all of this up. That's so stupid. I'm having a great time now. I feel better. I'm happier. Tell you, I was kind of bummed out, to be honest with you. 10 meter working with, although I don't think it was 10. I think it tried to do, was it 9.9 or something like that? Well, this says it wants to do 10. Yeah, that's not correct. Let's see, 10. Maybe we go down to 9.9. That's not it either. What in the world? Those are the mowers I have, right? Yeah. And that was the thing that I did, right? Yep, it says that it's got a 10 meter working with. Huh. Well, this is interesting. It said 10 meters, but this is 8.9. And it's lining up basically perfectly with the entire field. So 8.9. That's weird. Before life gets too weird, let's double check on our workers over here. They are doing great, and they are not fast farming anymore. Nice. All right. I'm a little bit happier now. Things are a-okay, maybe. Things are a-okay. All right, let's get this thing, I was say unfolded, but I don't think we have to unfold this. Let's lower it down, bring it over here because this is the area we're gonna have to start over at, and turn it down. Yeah, all right. Let's go to front wheel steering. That way it's a little bit easier to manage this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now this is what I'm talking about. We are bouncing a little bit down there. Hopefully that's not gonna cause anything too worrisome. This Actually, back whenever I first made this, I haven't modified it since the game released, although it is taking straight from the base game XML, so maybe, just maybe, we won't get ourselves in any trouble. And I will also say, because it only holds 100,000 liters, this is definitely not something that's in my normal realm of craziness. Sure, it holds it up, but I mean, we're barely this far and we're already at 30% full. So we're gonna have to load, unload this quite a few times. Additionally, the little silo thing over there only holds 100,000, or not 100, 1 million liters of each product. How does that translate to this? Well, we fill this up 10 times, and that's it. Although I don't think we're gonna do that with what we have. After one pass around the field, we are at 71% full, so not too shabby there. We definitely won't make it around the rest of the way. You know, looking back at where all we've come today, it feels very frustrating, this episode. I hope that it wasn't as frustrating for you. However, you know, sometimes things don't go the way you want them to. Sometimes, just maybe, things don't go the way you want at all. For example, all I wanted to do today was plant and seed those crops in those fields over there. I wanted to start picking up the grass over here and figure out what to do with the production, and of course sell all those peas. Have we done some of that? Yeah, some of it, sure, but not everything. Not everything at all. So we've still got a ways to go. We've got a lot to do and a lot of this is not easy, and a lot of work to go. These fields are going to be done, and they're it says it's unloading. Okay, there we go. Now it's unloading. That'll work. It does unload onto the ground. Well, I got this for nothing. Turns out this trailer doesn't hold fuel. I think I knew that, but I didn't pay much attention to it. We need a quick trailer that holds fuel, because I have to start moving fuel over, or else none of this is gonna work out. Can we get a fuel trailer? I've got it. It is a tiny little thing. Oh, I love it so much. This is the AB550 from the Tanker Trailer Pack. It holds fuel, thank goodness. At least I think that it does. Fuel vehicle, diesel, perfect. And we're actually going to fill up from our diesel tank over here. And I painted it red so I know that fuel goes in it. And it's not modified, it holds like 2,000 liters or something. Didn't do this on purpose, but it does work out quite nicely, doesn't it? We've got a fuel tank right beside us right here. I don't know how much is in here. Let's see, diesel, fill it up with 480 liters. Sure, why not? And then small petrol tank, fill it up from diesel. Hey, crap, that's gonna take forever. Thank goodness that is over with. All right, let's get this kind of in the way. Right now it wants me to dump diesel. I hope that it's into the production chain. Let's go ahead and dump that out. The augers are running, so that is a good sign. We'll come over here, check this out. Oh man, I need mineral feed. Crap, there's so much stuff that I need to do. All right, so we are good here. I've got grass in, and that means we need to start this. It is going to be storing it. We don't have to set it to storing it. We can set it to distribute the hay. That may be something that we end up doing. As a matter of fact, I think there's only, what? Oh, that's right. It would all... No, you can't send hay here because you can't sell it here. So I guess there is only one place that the hay would work, and it's this. Okie dokie. I think this could work. I think this could work good. So let's set the this, change the output to distributing, activate it, and now we should start making hay, and that will distribute over to our mixed feed cows modded. And I am going to distribute myself over to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. If this frustrated you as much as it did me, please let me know. I would love to hear that. This is episode number 17, and we are picking right back up where we left off in the last one. What I think may have been one of the most stressful Let's Plays I've ever had. It was a rough time, but it was fun. So go check that out if you haven't seen it already. To catch you up and get you up to speed, all of the harvest that we had from the peas is still in our silo. We didn't do much with it. I traded my baler in for this. This is a modified version of the Flegel Buffel from the, it's base game. I made this modified version of it that holds 100,000 liters and goes 17-ish, 16 miles an hour when it comes to picking everything up. It's been fun. I've also picked up a lot in the meantime. You can see here grass, 400,000 liters. So I've got 4 loads in there already. I don't know. We may fill up. It's definitely taken me a little bit of time, but I have to remind myself that baling and then collecting the bales and wrapping them as well, all of that takes time. It's just doing multiple things at once. And here I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over again. So what we'll try and do is get as much of this done as I possibly can. One of the good news things is our other 2 fields are completed. There's a little bit there in the middle. We'll have to hit that. But our workers have finished these up for the most part. There are a few little spots here and there. I may hit those myself. But in the meantime, I want to get this grass as quickly as I possibly can. Once we get the grass all picked up, there's one other thing that I want to take a look at. So you can see here with our TMR, there is a lot of straw in there. I mean, so much straw that it's not even funny. So we may get some of that out and have that starting to work on as silage. At least that's the game plan. We'll see what happens. So we've got way more grass than I was expecting us to have. So I think now it's time to turn on the grass to silage bit here. Distributing, we want to do the exact same thing with that as well. Activate. There we go. So now this grass that we've got in here will start sending out. There you go. See, we got 8 liters, 29 liters. It's making it quick, dude. It is making it very, very quick. And just like that, we are all done picking up the grass. Nice. And the rest of it's kind of automated. Makes things really, really simple and easy for us. In addition to what we've got, so we ended up getting 7 full runs, so 700,000 liters. Not too bad, I don't think. And then we got another 32,000 in here. Obviously, we got TMR and everything being made over there. We do need to get some mineral feed. I don't know how much. I can't remember how much we got beforehand. We got 20 grand right now. I would say investing half of that is probably a good idea. We're going to be making a lot of TMR. Those cows are hungry, baby. So we need to make sure they got plenty of food. Now that all that is said and done, we got the hay and silage being made. Boom, 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 boom. Let's double check and see, are there any little spots that need to be hit? Up there and down there. Oh yeah, that one's wide open. Check that out. All right, let's turn on the seeder. Swing them around. Yeah. And good. All right, well, that's one. And the other one should be down here. Yeah, right there it is. A little bit of a weird spine, but ain't gonna hurt nobody. Nice. All right. All said and done, we can go ahead and get this bad boy folded up and put away. The other one's the planter, and there's just a really big spot right smack dab in the middle of the field that was missed. I'm gonna see if I can locate it. I think it's that dark spot at the top of the screen. Should be able to find the line that was supposed to hit it. Oh. That does not line up, does it? No, it does not. Interesting. Well, oh. You know what? I think that was a spot that wasn't cultivated. That's what I think that was. All right, well, guess it just is what it is, isn't it? So we've got a much better setup now, a much better even distribution of silage and hay, and I guess straw is in there too, although it doesn't really matter too much. That also means, I guess, that we don't need this trailer anymore because we're not doing bales. We don't have a baler anymore. So we could go ahead and sell this. What do we get for it? $24,000. Not too shabby. Giving us a little bit of extra cash. All right, where's my tipper? We need mineral feed. All right, so here we go. We've had some mineral feed delivered. So hopefully we'll be able to have enough. I got 16,000 liters. Hopefully that is enough. I don't know if it's enough or not. It's always easier to buy these in pallets than to buy them, but I don't know. Maybe eventually we're just gonna have to get over that fact and not worry about having to save so much money. At this point, we've got to guarantee $30,000 to $40,000 from cows anyway, well, per day. So, do we really need to worry too much about it? It's fine for now. So it wasn't 16,000, it was 16,800. Not too shabby at all. Alrighty, we'll bring this by. There we go, we got our dump. Oh boy, slow it down. And we'll fill it up. Nice. There we go. So we should be making some TMR now. We'll take a look, double check. Mineral feed is in. I don't know why it holds 17 million liters, but we're not going to use that much. And TMR's be made. Alrighty. So I guess at this point we can make a couple passes back and forth to feed the cows. Not much else to do right now in the game, at least today. All right, there we go. The cows have well over 500,000 liters of TMR now. They've got, what, 300, 400,000 liters of straw. There's not much more we need to do for little baby cows today. And there's not much more we need to do today, regardless. Everything's put away. We've done everything. The grass has been mowed. Yada, yada, yada. The only thing that we could possibly do is try and sell the peas, but again, the pricing's just not where I want it. I mean, here's the Sell Everything XL station. Yeah, just didn't work out. Also, I do need to change the name of that. Well, General Store Bay 2 doesn't work, but General Store XL, which whatever, does work. So that's interesting through there. So we can see General Store XL for all of our crops now, which is very cool, including here, which still for some reason is not giving us a great price. So we will let time go, and hopefully we get closer to that 1941. Maybe we should sell those peas sooner rather than later. We got charged a good amount of money overnight. Let's take a look at productions and see how we're doing, and let's also take a look at these prices and see how these are doing as well. Looks like the BGA sell-all is a pretty good sell price. That is awesome news. Thank you for that. And then we'll take a look here. So it looks like outputs. It looks like it is getting rid of the hay and, oh no, what's going on? Oh, it used everything. Wait, it went through all the grass overnight? That's cool, I guess. I don't know why there's hay in here. Oh, I guess because the input and output could be exactly the same. Well, we'll let that sit, I guess. Actually, honestly, we could just deactivate that until we need to do anything again. And then over here, you can see we've got a bunch of hay and a bunch of silage. Well, it was a bunch of silage. And we're doing all right. However, we have we have 1 million liters of TMR. There's a whole bunch of TMR in here. I will reiterate, there is 1 million liters of TMR in there. We can't fit all that in there. I could put TMR in here. I got an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. All right, well, this costs like $2,000. However, I think it might work. I don't know how long it's gonna take to move, but I think what we can end up doing is putting this here and then doing a little extendo magic into this silo, just like so. And then, how do I turn this on? I don't know. Turn on conveyor belt. And then move the TMR. Yeah, it's not working. Get my money back. Unsatisfied customer over here. I don't know why that didn't work, but I guess belt systems don't move TMR. Who would have thought? Maybe, yeah, but they're both supposed to, right? They're both supposed to run TMR and move it. I don't understand why it did not do the thing that I thought it was going to do. Let's see, TMR. Yeah, it's down here. It should work. And that should work too. Although that is the auto load, so it goes from the ground. Maybe this one, the base game one, will work? I'm convinced I was doing something wrong. There's something else as well, I think, that you have to hit. And we'll have to figure that out as well. Not quite sure exactly what was going on with it. Oh boy, this moves so slow. Oh, I got used to the other one, which is modded and goes super fast. Oh, this sucks. All right, we'll put it there. We'll put that over the grating. There we go, just like so. There's no way that this shouldn't work. We select TMR, and it doesn't work, of course. Is there anything? Maybe we click unload here? No, it's just not doing it. Click start. We can't turn on anything. Stop unloading? Stop the engine? No? Change the angle? It's not going to do anything. Huh. Well, I do not know what to do. Can we try again? Nope. It's just not working. This stinks. Well, whatever. We'll have to figure it out later. It's not like we need more, so we're A-okay for now. Let's get in here and let's get ourselves some milk. Milk is going to be sold at the normal place. And we can also start selling manure today in-game as well. I think that's probably a good idea. Milk sales is in, and we made $24,000. There you go. There's that. Not bad. And we'll pick up a little bit of slurry, see how we do here. 20,000 liters overnight. Not terrible. And we get 1,800 bucks for the sale of that. Not a lot. And now we finally get to take advantage of this manure. So I modify this silo in a way where it would take the manure that's supposed to go into that shed, and it actually puts it into this silo. Now, I'll acknowledge this. Most people, I just ran that woman over. Most people in their right mind would, yikes, not drive like that. Most people would not sell this manure. Most people would use it as fertilizer for their fields. I'm not most people. I'm gonna sell this. I don't care. One other thing we need to do is take a look and see how much manure is supposedly in the cattle pen. Can we get it? Can we get the sell for it? Come on, give me the trigger. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot that it's set to the side. Yeah, that's not a good look. It's going all over the ground. And we get 4,200 bucks. Okay, not terrible. Yeah, there's still manure in there, and I don't know how to get it out. I've tried it with a bucket. I've tried loaders. I've tried this and that. Nothing seems to be working to get the manure out of there. So I've stopped trying, but I still want it. So here's the plan for selling the peas. Ben's multi-cells is pretty good right now. So I'm going to utilize that area, and that's where we're going to sell the peas. Just got to find them first. There we go. This is the same place that we just sold all of our manure, so it's a pretty quick hop, skip, and a jump right over there. I'm going to change the tipping mode. So right now, tipping side is left, and there we go. Tip side back. That should make, crap, that should make things a little bit easier. And a little 3, 2, 1, dump a brewski. Yeah. Pricing is pretty darn good indeed. However, this is going to be going to pay off our loan. So there's 90,586. All right, second sell right here. We should do pretty good. Let's see how we're doing. I expect it to be exactly the same, 90,586, but I guess we'll find out here in a second. 90,585. All right, last sell right here. This will be the deciding factor on how much we're able to pay off on the loan. There we go. So 59,738. All right, so 24,910 or 249.10 right here. Actually, it was 249.09. I'm not sure what happened with the second sell, but in the game it says that I made 585, but it's giving me credit for 586. Whatever, we're paying off $240,000 worth of our loan right now. So now we're down to owing $430,000. That's about what it was, to be fair, after the last episode, but yeah, things happened. Things changed. Bad things happened. I guess one of the only things I could do is get the TMR out and start moving stuff over. So for our cattle that we've got 100 of, we're a couple months away right now from them reproducing. So it might be a good idea to do our best to try to get as much TMR into the animal pen as possible. Whew. After a little bit of time on doing this, this is going to be the last one, and this is going to fill our cows up with 1 million liters of TMR. This should be more than enough to get them through at least the next, I don't know, couple days. And probably get them through about a year or so. I wish there was a mod that told me how much food they're going to need for the entire year, but what are you going to do about it? Can't really do much, can you? All right, so there we go. We got everything dropped off that we need to drop off right now. Let's pull this back under. We will go back to bed, get another nappy poo in, and after that, I think it'll be time to go sell everything that we just sold. So $4,400 in production costs. However, our loan interest was not quite cut in half, but I tell you what, it was much lower than it has been. That is for sure. So let's go through. Let's get all this stuff sold again. We'll get a little bit more cash. This helps us stay on top of our prices and all the things that we have to owe, and makes things easy. And even more time has passed now. One thing I haven't done was check to see if there's anything cool in the used market, but I highly doubt it. At least anything that I want. Of course, there's a used one in here now. Who knows if it was there before? I should have looked. I had no idea. It's... boy, oh boy. Well, you know, so far, so good. Soybeans are looking great. It looks like the barley over there is all right. And the grass is one stage away from being ready to harvest. Now, I know I can harvest it now, but to be fair, we would probably have too much grass at that point. And I don't feel like having too much grass. Now we're in August, and I had no idea that milk had an up and down thing going with it. I just thought milk was milk. Yeah. Had no idea. Well, seed bank added. It is August currently now. Let's see, September, October, November. We should be ready for a full harvest again. But there's going to be a lot of grass harvest that we've got to do through here. So this is going to be another one of those mow it and do all the stuff that we did the previous time around. And everything looks nice and pretty. So it rained for almost a straight month in the game. And we were able to get everything nice and clean just by leaving it out. Ooh, yikes. Leaving it out in the open. So pretty much everything got washed, which was good. Well, unlike some of the stuff under here. We don't have to talk about that. So now we know that when we picked everything up, it was 8.8 meters. Looks like, or 8.9, sorry. And it looks like, yes, it is reading everything as 8.9. I am quite curious. Oh, is this where you can kick the... Oh, yeah, you can kick the mower out. Totally forgot about that. Does that change what it thinks the line is? Nope. So it will go all the way out to 10 meters, but it likes to hang out around 8.9. Interesting. Well, you know what? I'm okay with 8.9. I think that's fine. Let's run our double passes like we usually do. Turn on the rear. Turn on the front, go, and see if we can follow along with the front of the mower as best we can. Nice, man, I tell you what, I love mowing in Farm Sim. A lot of people don't like it, or a lot of people may find it boring. This is like my thing. I love mowing. I will say this, I do think that we've probably got too much invested in grass. Coming around through here, and especially in the last harvest, we maxed out our total capacity. Yes, we do have more cows now. Actually, I think they're worthless. If I remember correctly, we do have baby cows in here. Let's see, let's look. No, they're $141 each, so I could probably make, what was that, 14 grand, something like that. I don't know if I want to let them... I was going to say, I don't want to let them live or not. I don't know if I want to keep them or not. The thing is, it's going to take them 18 months to get up to maturity. And I really don't want to wait 18 months, especially since we haven't even been in the game for 18 months. At least I don't think we've been. So I think that might just be like a waiting game that's going to take too long. We have finished the first grass field with a couple more left to do. Let's raise them up, fold them up, get it going. And with that, field number 2 is, well, I would say basically done. Is done. And now there's only one field left. The big one. And this one will actually end up hiring a worker on, because I'm going to come through and get something else to go pick up all of this grass. Since we now have a game plan for it, it's a lot easier to do. I'm not going to worry about using a windrow this time around either. I am just going to do it all myself. There you go. All right, turn them on. Let's rock and roll. And just like that, we are all done with this field, ready to go for the worker to take control. So we'll line it up. I mean, it just about perfect, right? There you go. Go over. Yeah, worker. Tell them to not do any headlands, but we'll have 2 set anyway. Go, go, go. Yeah. I am going to go through and do a little bit of a headland clean sweep as well, just in case. I don't need to do this, but I realized the last time around it did make things a little bit neater and a little bit easier to pick up with the loading wagon. So for example, all right, let's get this lowered. There we go. Turn it on. This area right here. That cleans that up for me. And it cleans all this extra bit around the edge too, from where the front mower and the rear mower just weren't quite in sync, and grabs all that stuff off the edge. So I think this is definitely something I need to do. regardless. All right, now we need to pick everything up and get it over to the other place. What's that other place called? Oh, yeah, that other production chain. I find it funny that we're not even done with the first field yet, picking up everything. And the mower's almost done. I don't know how that happened. Oh, I did have to go around with a windrow. All right, well, maybe not just one field. Well, we head over to the second field over here, and we got almost down. And we're good. All right, hey, the mower just finished as well, so it looks like all of this is now on me. I have some work to do. Oh, and I should probably turn this thing back on as well. We want to set the hay drying, so we definitely want to activate that, and we want to do grass silage as well. That way we're making both hay and silage at the same time. So this is going to take a good while to pick all of this up. So I think I'm going to take the time, pick all this up, take it over to our production chain, put it in, let it be making silage and hay for us, let it send that all the way over here so I don't have to do it myself, and go from there. Look at the little baby cows. They're learning how to walk, and it's so cute and a little awkward all at the same time. It's like watching my brother when I was younger try and learn how to eat for the first time with braces. Except it's cows. They're trying. They're so cute. Since the last episode, this one's number 18, if you are curious, we finished picking up all of the grass, so that is all done, and fertilized the fields. Also, over here, I have taken care of all of this, so they have started growing, which is great news. We are 1 month later from where we started in the last episode. So that should give you an idea of where we are. And if you need more, well, go watch that video. It was a good one. Little bit of an update when it comes to our production chain. So this is our production that was taking the grass and turning it into hay and silage. So you can see here, that is doing pretty well. There's a bunch of grass in there right now, and that is good. We know that all of the fields that we've got currently will give us a good amount of grass, and, well, it's a lot. As for our TMR, well, that is currently out of things like silage, for example. We are distributing, so this is really a hands-off kind of thing. It makes it really nice. But we're just waiting on the silage to be sent over. There's also not a lot of mineral feed left, so I think that's something that we need to invest a little bit into. See, this store deliveries mod is going to be the death of me when it's all said and done. Nonetheless, we've got this set up over here. Did I really set that? There we go. Let's reset. I bought 16,000 liters, another 16,000 liters. This is starting to go faster and faster. We are not able to utilize this as fast as, well, as slow as anything else. It's almost kind of to the point where loading up pallets is taking a little bit longer time than I would like it to. Money's coming in, which is great news. As far as our finances go, we've only got a $430,000 loan left, and one of the great things is we've got 88,000, almost 89,000 liters of canola to sell. We've got another 25,000 liters of linseed and 65,000 liters of wheat. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to pay that loan off with just those things, but I tell you what, we might be able to pay off kind of soon. It's currently August. That stuff grows very quickly. So I imagine before the end of the year, probably around November, we are going to be harvesting again, which will be fun. We'll probably hold off our grass harvest until then as well. So today, my goal is to at least go from where we are now and get to that point. I don't know if we're going to be harvesting again. I feel like I harvest all the time, but you know, it's kind of what it is. You grow your fields and then you wait and then you harvest them. It's just in this game you can fast forward stuff. All right. Speaking of, I'm going to fast forward to the end of picking all this up. Okay, maybe it was a little bit more than 16,000 liters. I feel like I forget that all the time. Oh, this is not set to the rear, is it? Uh-oh. Rear? Grain door? There we go. Grain door work. There we go. All right. So if we jump back into productions, into our TMR, we can see we have plenty of mineral feed in there. So now we just got to wait for the silage to go over. What I might also do, let's go ahead and change that back over to left. I might go ahead and give the cows some more food. I am still tempted to take the little baby cows and sell the ones that were just made. Let's see, where's TMR? Ooh, 972,000 liters. Yeah, we need to take care of that. We do have the cows. Little babies are at 0 months, but full health, which is really good news. They are making poo, so that is nice as well. We're getting quite a bit of slurry. We're at 51,000 liters just for one day. I don't know if I want to sell the cows or not, or the calves. I don't really have a reason to keep them, so I don't know. The other cows are more than fine, and at least through the end of the series, babies aren't really going to do us any good other than eating all my food. The other thing is, you really don't get a lot of money for them. That $5,000 fee, yeah, I'm taking that back. That shouldn't be part of Farm Sim at all. It's silly, and I don't like it. Really, get the trailer. No, it takes too long. I don't want to. I am going to go ahead and sell these guys, but I am going to give myself that $5,000 back because I am not dealing with this. There you go. Don't try and rob me. Oh, I just realized that the cows have more TMR than they know what to do with right now. I still need to try and get some of this out if I can. Probably need to just try and put as much as I possibly can in that silo over there so this can continue to make plenty of TMR. Well, not exactly what I had in mind, but it works, I guess. So this is an interesting one. I moved everything over, but it still says there's 922,000 liters of TMR in there. And it also says it's over here. I forgot that I made the silo an extension so that the manure would go in it from the cows. Moo indeed. Moo indeed, home slice. So, yeah, everything I just did was stupid. Oh, I'm an idiot. Let's move on. How about that? So what I've done is I've gone in here and on a separate screen, I've written down these crops that we've got that we could sell and prices and when to sell them. One of the good things is everything is set to sell in December. So that makes things really easy. There's another thing too. We need to check soybeans. So soybeans is June. So you can see in December, terrible price for these. We're going to have to wait till next year to sell them. But I think we also have barley, if I remember right. Is that accurate? Is this barley? I feel like this is barley. This is barley, right? That's barley. So barley also has a December sell point. So I think we're going to be able to pay off the majority, especially with that with this massive field. Is going to be fun. I mean, it's 19 acres. Come on. So now is going to start the time where we just kind of start slowly but surely making our way through time. I do have some milk that needs to be sold. I do have some other stuff that needs to be sold as well. But for now, we are just going to be making our way through. Slurry is going to be a very similar thing. And we're just staring at a sleepy screen right now, but I'm just trying to keep you guys updated so you know the game plan, because we're not that far off from, production costs $7,600. Cool. Well, at least we got a bunch of milk that we could sell, so at least there's that. I do want to check the TMR that's in here. Okay, so a good thing is it's making more TMR than it needs to. The bad thing is I have more TMR than I can feed the animals. Boy, oh boy. One of the reasons why I'm waiting to sell our slurry is because it doesn't make a lot of money. And I don't need the money that I'm making from it. So the game plan is to wait until we get, like, this tanker right here will hold 100,000 liters. So the idea is to wait until this tanker can hold all of it and just take it all at once, which, to be fair, might actually be now. So then, what do we get from all of that milk? Whoa. Hey, $64,000. All right, well, I guess I can't complain anymore about the money that it takes from me at night. Jeez, bruh. Also, check out their lights. Man, I love that, like, the rays and, like, the beams actually show where they're supposed to be in Farm Sim now. It's one of my favorite parts is the new lighting system and the way that the lights work. How'd my dog get all the way out here? Let's check on our productions and check on our aminals. Let's see. I think this is just going to start loading it. Nope. Slurry's up to 75,000. We might as well sell it. We'll take that. Animals, how are we doing here? You've got plenty of food, which is good. You've got a bunch of straw, which is nice. And slurry is going down to 0, making this an okay thing. Let's see how much money we get from 7,500 liters or 74, whatever it was. 71. I didn't pay attention. Slurry doesn't make a lot of money. 6,900 bucks. See, I mean, it pays for our productions, kinda. But that was 2 days worth. Speaking of said productions, we'll kind of double check through here. Looks like there's a little bit of hay. However, I have this set to 100 liters, so it's not going to send anything below 100 liters. And then over here, it looks like there's no silage and some hay. And it's used 10,000 liters of mineral feed overnight. Goodness gracious. So, this is a good thing. Wait, did that say 160? 176%. That's great. That's what you get for using the silo extensions on the side. So from here, I think what I'm going to do is just skip the next 2 days. I think that's going to be the best thing to do. Go from September, then October, November. And in November, we may do okay as far as everything goes. It is going to be time to take all of our grass and mow it. Actually, it's going to be ready tomorrow, but I'm going to wait another day. We've got too much of it as it is. And then also, our other fields should be ready for harvest. I have good news. It's ready. It's all ready for harvest, baby. Yeah. Happy November to you. We still need to go sell the milk this morning because I definitely won't do that. We've got some slurry to sell this morning because definitely won't do that. That is not my field. Wait, is it? Where am I? There we go. Now I can see. I can see so much better. I'm going the wrong way again. Crap. Welcome. Well, I said we weren't going to do any harvesting today. However, we probably are going to be doing some harvesting today because there's so much to do, and I'm so excited. I'm just running. Yeah. So over those 2 days, we got about 31,000 liters of milk. It's actually a little bit less than that in that amount of time because we only got like 15,000 liters a day. One of the things I guess we could do is buy more cows. It's not a bad idea. We're going to wait until we sell all of it. Don't hit the puppy! Crap! Why is he sleeping at the apex of a corner? That's a terrible place to park it. As I mentioned, we have got to sell some stuff. There are things that are ready to be sold now. Quite a few of the crops, as a matter of fact, I think all of the crops that we have in the silos right now are ready for selling, including the milk, which I should sell right now. Oh no! I pulled forward a little bit too far. So that's 43 plus 18,000. Whatever that number is, was that 50, 61, 62,000, somewhere in there? Regardless, our money is going up. But yes, I think the only thing right now that's going to make a difference in what we do is going to be, can we make more cows? Ooh, I think I just ran over David. It could have been somebody worse, I guess. One other thing I keep forgetting to do is to turn this off. Deactivate. You don't get charged for productions if you deactivate them. And somehow I keep forgetting that part. All right, so over here's where I'm keeping most of the forage and stuff like that. I do want to make sure I don't have any crops in here, but I shouldn't. I do have 101,000 liters of manure in there. Maybe that'll be good for something. I'll say this much. It is kind of fun driving through with the sun kind of down a little bit. 10 a.m. on a cool, crisp November morning. 55 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, that's a beautiful morning. That's great. 10 a.m.'s almost on the verge of lunchtime, though, if McDonald's has taught us anything. But hey, what are you going to do? Why am I pulling in here? It's around the spouts around here. Oh, goodness gracious. So we'll try to do one thing at a time. So we'll sell these crops first, then we'll get in here and we'll start our harvest. But I'm going to start on the other field, the barley field, because that is going to be where I need to be shmoshed. So I do know that canola is got a good sell price right now. If we pop in and take a look at that. So here's canola. We're looking for $31.17, and we've got some others, $31.49, $31.89, $32.28. Yeah, that's where we're going. General Store XL. I love it. I know exactly where that is, but we're going to go over there anyway. How much more do we have left? 38,000 liters. Not too shabby. So let's spin them around. This should be a-okay. So if we're getting, what is that? 3,200 for this. What is that, 150-ish? A little bit more than $150,000 for this right here. Oh man, I'm so excited about making money. You know, the real fun begins after you've paid off your loan, but I don't know how much I'm going to do after that because the whole point of this series was to pay off the loan, you know? And I will say I think we've done okay. I mean, it's November year 2. You start in August of year 1. We've done okay. Could it have taken longer? Absolutely. Ain't nobody got time for that, though. So this is my sell point that I put down way back when. I ended up putting another one right beside it. I don't remember if I said anything about that to anybody, but yeah, put another one over there. Ooh, Woo! Money, money, money. I do need to write this down so that I know what I can pay off later. Let's see, 161,451. Our last run here is going to be 38,959 liters. This is all of the canola that came off. I believe it's the field to our right. Way back when. Before you sell twice, you also have to jump in and take a look and see if you've got the same price. Sometimes the price will drop. Usually that's going to be like on the hour, something like that, maybe every 15 minutes. Usually every hour in game stuff's going to change up. All right, what do we get from here? 125,817. Okay, so the combinedness of all of this, I don't know if we can actually see the exact number. Yeah, right here. There it is. 287,268. So I get to pay off $285,000 of my loan. Well, I got some good news. I think we're going to pay off the loan today. We only have $145,000 left. Oh, man. And we've got more crops to sell here as well. So we do have some linseed, which is, I think, okay. I don't think we're getting the price yet, but I think it's enough to where I'm cool selling it. Yeah, I think I'm cool selling it. We also have wheat as well, 1773. So we're looking for anything better than that. We have 1735, so nothing better. But I'm not sure I want to wait another month, especially now that we're getting a good amount of money for things. Let's just sell now. It looks like General Store XL right here is pretty good, so why don't we just take that? I feel like all I'm doing is bringing everything over to the sell point, but it's paying really well right now. So then 50,000 liters of wheat over here. They are paying pretty good, 1735. Is that the best price for everything right now? I think that is the best price for wheat right now. All right, how we doing there? 86,000. And lastly, we got about another 15,000. Now, I don't think that this is going to finish paying off our loan. Not in the least bit. But when paired with the linseed, we might get close. All right, lastly, let's see what we're going to get from here. This can't be more than like 15 or 17,000 dollars, right? Ooh, 27,197. So the total on this one is 113,989. So I'm going to pay back 110,000 of the dollars. So we're going to be down to about what is that? 35 grand left. There you go. 35 grand left. Man, oh man. We have one more thing to sell right now. It's going to be linseed. There's not a whole lot of it. We're looking for 1188. There's 1111, 1138. I think, 1139. Farm Store Bay 2. Woohoo. And there we go. All right, so 25,000 liters of this in, what is that? I mean, we're going to make about $25,000. So, to be fair, I actually don't know if we'll be able to pay off the loan with this. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, so let's see how we do. Can we? Oh, it's not. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Can we get more than $35,000 off of this? Come on, give me some money. 28. All right, so we got to pay off $25,000 of that loan. Bring us down to 10,000. Could I pay it off with the money that we've got extra? Yes, I could. But those weren't the rules. The rules were I had to take money from crops that I harvested in the fields that were mine. That was the sell. Linseed was a little bit different, though. Let's be fair. That was a field that I bought. Or was the linseed a harvesting contract? I don't remember. Either way, I'm counting it. Wait. Slow it down, baby. The linseed was not. Oh, man. Hang on. I gotta borrow that money back. Crap. Yep, dim's the rules. So there you go. I forgot I was waiting to get money for those just so I get a better price for them. But we can't actually use those to make our money. Okay, so now that all of that is done, we need to get to harvesting. So let's go grab our combine, and we are gonna run over to the barley field. We're gonna try and hit that. So we're gonna pick up all of the straw. After that, and we're gonna give that to our cows for bedding and to be used as food and stuff like that. But we're going to take that barley, and we're pretty much going to sell that immediately. We've got a pretty good price for it, so we're going to do it. After that, we can harvest the soybeans and the grass that we've got over here, but that might be in the next one. I'm not quite sure. I think I've forgotten one big, very, very important detail. I always harvest the second field second, because this field is a lot easier to get into than that one. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm so nervous, you have no idea. I think we might be able to get in. We're definitely gonna have to utilize the field to our left, which we do not own, to maneuver a little bit. We'll figure this out. Oh yeah, this is not gonna be an easy one to get in and out of. I think what I could do is put the header like here. Okay, that'll work. Let's detach from it, we'll pull forward, and we'll kind of get this ready to be lined up, but I'm gonna have to move my other tractor here and move the trailer so that I could grab the header. I have crop destruction turned on, or else I would just pull in the middle of it. That can be left there for now because I do not own this area. So we'll grab this, and then I'll be able to just pull this out of the way when it's all said and done. Where's my combine? There she is. We'll go ahead and unfold it as well. Why not? Why not? Bring it back. Hook it up. Got it. Back her up. And we'll grab this and just pull forward. I should have backed up. This was a bad idea. I'm going to be stuck. Nonetheless, let's double check it. Let's enable the straw swath, which it already is. Dust is good. Bring it around here. We do want to set this up to let me do it. So we're doing steering assist, 2 headlands. I would do 3, but I don't know. I feel like 2's fine, right? 2's fine. It was fine the last time around. Select OK. Turn it on. And go. But go like that. There we are. And that's it. Okie dokie. Let's see how far we get. You get a lot of barley. These ends down here can be a little bit tricky sometimes, so I'm gonna try and just square this off the best that I can. I know that right here this wants me to like go in at an angle and stuff. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Let's see. Can we get this lined up? There it is. And yeah, we're good. See, this is all right. We'll probably make it down here to the end, maybe a little bit around towards the other side, but then we're gonna have to unload, because this is gonna be a lot. See, what I should have done was unloaded right over there, right where I had space. Instead, I said, you know what? I could probably make it down to the driveway down there. No, I can't. 96, 97, 98. I think we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna unload over this wall. Here's the fun part. Now I get to back this trailer up. I apologize for the wonderful overhead view here, but man, I'm doing my best to back this up. I always say best backwards driver at Farm Sim, but you know, some people would argue that. But you know what? I think I've done pretty darn good. You can't really complain about that. I have no idea if I can make it through here without hitting anything. I'm just waiting to like knock the top of one of these trees. Oh, that's real tight. I should have gone the other way. All right. Sorry, bro. I'm driving in your field. It's just easier than driving in mine. There we go. See, it works. It's a little funny, but it works. Back to it. We've unloaded already. Let's see how far around we can go now without getting in trouble. You know, I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm such an idiot. I could have just pulled down here and started the field down here. There's so much extra room down there. Oh, I suck. Speaking of this corner, we almost made it. Almost. There's 99%. I'm just going to go ahead and call it there. There we go. Not bad. All right. This way is a little bit easier to get in there. There we go. All nice and happy. So from here, I need to go finish my headlands around. We need to finish all of that. And then from there, it is going to be hire a worker going back and forth, and then turn it around and follow them and do some carting. And that's what I plan on doing. I don't think I'm going to take anything into and put it in the silos. I think what I'm going to do, honestly, is just take everything over to the sell points that we've got right here. It's going to be quicker, faster, easier. We'll make a little bit less money, but for convenience sake, I think that's fine. Man, I almost made it around. Almost. So close. We'll say this. That looks beautiful. I love that. All right, so with this, I'm not quite sure exactly where I'm going to put all of this. I mean, there's a little bit here to the left. I think the worker will probably hit that part first. So let's just, I guess, find out and see. Click AI worker, 2 headlands, don't work them. Go do your job. All right, so I'm going to assume they're going to go left first. Yeah, man. All right. Well, that makes things nice and easy on me, doesn't it? Let's spin this around real quick. Yeet. There we go. We're going to try and do our best to fill this thing up. We'll see how it works. You know, I know if you're in the combine, you can see how much is in the trailer. But I wish that if you were in the trailer, you could see how much was left in the combine. That'd be super cool. All right, well, evidently, if you don't stay put, it doesn't work. I'm sitting here trying to take a thumbnail. 98. 99. 99. 99. All right, we're super close. And 100%. Awesome. Not able to turn around in here. We're going to take this, we're going to go sell it, and hopefully pay off the rest of this loan. So quite literally everything has led up to this point right here. Everything that we've done in the series, every little thing that we have pushed for to make happen, make perfect, and just make work has come down to quite literally right here, right now. If this is more than 35,000, which definitely will be, we can pay off the loan. $77,000. Where is our loan? It's at 35. Boom. We have officially paid off the loan and the series is done. You think I was gonna just leave you sitting here high and dry? Of course not. We're gonna finish out the next couple episodes. We still got work to do. In the last one, we finally paid off the rest of our loan. So hey, if you missed that, definitely go check it out. I have been sitting around wondering why I'm making the same amount of hay and silage, but for some reason, I have more hay than I do silage. And when I loaded up the game today, I found the culprit. Turns out, I still had the BGA, so all of my silage has been going over to the BGA, which sucks. So I'm gonna have to activate that so that we can finally make a little bit of money off of the silage that happened to go all the way over to the BGA. And once that's all completed, I'm gonna delete it. That's supposed to be the cow's food, but evidently the biogas plant decided it wanted to have its fair share. For now, at least, we have 2 fields that are ready to harvest, plus we have a full grass field area that's ready for harvest as well. This is our barley field. We're going to be getting a lot off of it, and we're going to be selling all of it. However, our soybean field, well, soybeans don't sell until the spring, so we're going to have to play at least until the spring. Because this is episode 19, I mean, I feel we accomplished the thing I wanted to accomplish, so I feel like probably after 20, that may be it for this. Well, we're not getting as much off of this field as I thought we were going to, but you know what? Still not too bad. So we went all that way, and all of that is 50,000. So yeah. Unless I sold some stuff in the last one and totally forgot about it. That could have also been it as well. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and dump this. We'll make some more cash money off of it. I didn't check to see if this was the best place to sell, but you know what? It's the closest. So I think that says a lot. There you go, $77,000. Not too shabby. Let's finish this field up. Oh no, we definitely had another load of this. I think that's what put us over the edge when it came to paying off our loan. Yeah, we've definitely paid that off. Speaking of, I would love to take a look and see how much money we've made today. Sold milk, yeah. Harvest income, $585. Yeah, that's not too shabby at all. We are almost done with this field. We've gotten some more, a good amount as well. There's no 30,000 liters in here. We've probably got, I don't know, maybe 2,000 more? Maybe a little bit less than that. I'm not quite sure how much is going to be left of this little strip. But you know what? We have done good, and we are all ready to rock and roll. The good thing is, as well, is, well, all of the money that we're making right now, this is our money. None of this is for anybody else. Yeah. There's another idea that I had because I want to sell the BGA. Because if I'm going to come back to this save in at any time, usually what I'll end up doing after a series, I will continue to play on it because I've invested so much time. And then I could just kind of play and have some fun, you know? Try a few things that I wasn't able to try or maybe didn't want to try and on camera and something like that, you know? So I kind of want to get rid of the BGA because I never really used them. At least in FS25, I have yet to use them straight up. So, yeah, we'll see. Right at the end now, how are we doing? That is all of it. Straw is being dropped, and we got another 32,000 liters off of the rest of that. See, I told you there was about 2,000, not bad. I do have an idea for the BGA, though. I think I mentioned that, sorry. I got a message, and I totally forgot what I was doing. So on here, I think we're gonna go sell that just right away. I know it's got 50-some thousand liters of silage in it, but if I sell that and we don't get the money for the silage, there we go, another 51 grand, not bad. If I sell that and we do not get the money for the silage, why don't I just, ooh, what was that? Why don't I just fill this up with 50,000 liters? I think there's 54 in the BGA, correct? Oh no, there's 50 now. All right. So that is going down a little bit. We are making digestate. It's not going to be amazing, but it is making it. I don't know how fast that's going to take that down. Huh. It looks like a couple liters every now and then, maybe dropping 2 to 3 liters every couple seconds. So, I mean, it's going down, but it's not going down fast. And I really don't want the money. I want to feed that to my cattle. Although I also have to look at this stat right here. We have 1.7 million liters of TMR, and we're never going to need that much. So why should I try? So all done with that field. I do need to put the header back on this because now we have to go back over to where we were and set back up again, because there is a certain spot that I like to start with this next field, and I'm not going to stray away from that. So now with the soybeans will actually produce a straw. However, just a heads up, that is I don't know, maybe not realistic. I have no idea. I'm not the person to ask about that. All I know is that I use Yoast Modding's Extended Straw Crops mod. I love said mod. Works great. It's one of my faves ever. And I will continue to use that mod until, until sometime for sure. Forever. So into the field we go. Let's find that line and line it up we do. Yes, and we are getting a good amount of straw. Man, look at all that coming up. That is very cool. We had to bump up a little bit. That sun coming in from over there is just, it's just so blinding. Oh, me. So, soybeans. Let's see if we could jump in here real quick and see said soybeans. The prices on them. Bam, right here, June. So this is going to take a little while in order for us to sell those, at least for a good price. And it's currently November. So I am thinking about putting another crop down. We'll kind of see. We don't need to be honest. I mean, we got our money. We made our money. There's nothing more that we need to buy. So what we may end up doing is just letting the fields be for a little while. And just seeing what the animals bring us. That may be what I do. I'm not sure. So we made it all the way around and the top little bit right here. But that is it. That is what we've got right there. The thing is, this was just about full. I can never remember how much this thing holds. 13,500. All right, well, that's how much we're overloading then, I guess. And there we go. We are all set for our headlands. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. So what I am going to do now is we're going to head down to the bottom of the field. We've done this quite a few times on this field. I've tried starting it at the top. It does work fine, but I don't like the way it looks. I think it looks silly. So we're going to start it down at the bottom. I've also decided what to do with the BGA. We're going to sell it. The reason being, because today in game, we're also going to have to mow all of that grass, and we're going to have to turn that into hay and silage as well. And, well, let's be honest, it's going to cost me trouble. And I don't want no trouble. All right, well, for some reason, this combine harvester keeps trying to go up to the top of the hill for whatever reason. I don't know if you know this or not, but this is where the line is. But it keeps trying to go up to the very top of the field for whatever reason. So I'm not quite sure why. Let's try one more thing. I think I've got it set work the headlands on and off. Maybe if we tell it not to do that. I thought I'd already hit the headlands, but okay, yeah, that worked. I'm also going to go ahead and disable our silage here. We do have 536,000 liters of digestate. I gotta be honest with you, do not care. Let's deactivate that. Boom, there we go. And we need to go into build mode, which hopefully doesn't crash the game, as sometimes it does. Don't know why. Let's come over here. Let's delete this. Ooh, value $875,000. I don't need that. That's too much money. I'll take it, but I don't need that. This is ridiculous. All right, so it did not give me the silage that was mine to begin with. So I guess we're gonna have to fill this trailer up with silage, but right now it's got soybeans in it, so we'll cross that bridge when we have to. Hey, good news, if you play it on Oak Bridge and you don't use the BGA, go sell it. It's so expensive, 875 grand. Goodness, what a way to get some cash. I've also increased the combine harvester speed up to 12 just for the sake of finishing this filled up a little bit more quicklier. I'm using the real speed limit mod, unfortunately PC only, but if you're on console, you can easily use the Colossus pack and go, what is it, 70, 80 miles an hour, 40, something like that. I know there's different speed capacity or speed limits on all of the different pieces of equipment. Why is the combine skipping a row? That makes no sense. I was curious, so I took a look at the sawmill. Sawmill's selling for $0. Why is the sawmill $0? But the other production, the BGA, was $875. We made so much cash. I don't even want that much money. Oh, it almost feels wrong to have it, so I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna remove it. Add remove money, okay. 875,000. Yeah, that feels right. I don't know why. It just feels, for everything we've done with this series, it felt scummy to just get that much money that fast right away. I didn't like it. All right, so we've made it around pretty far. So we're not too far away from the top of the field here. We're about 94, 95% on here so far. Maybe 96 here in a second. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna hit it. That's all right. Let's go ahead and take that. There it is, 96. Let's go ahead and take this up here to our silo and dump it out. It said that we should get around 66,000 liters total off of this field. So far, I mean, this is all 48,000 liters, all of that. So I believe it. Soybeans are in, and I think that's the first and maybe only thing that we've got in the silo right now. You can ignore the straw, just ignore that. That's what the cows have. I don't know why I see it, but we do have that 48,000 here. So you can see $5,300. If we get 66,000, that's 66 times 5,300, whatever. Is it? No. Oh no, it definitely is. Well, that's going to be fun. Probably time we get ready and start picking up all of the straw. There's so much of it, it's not even funny. We haven't even mowed yet. We're going to have to do that in the next one for sure. I don't know. There's just so much to do. I know it looks dead, but it's going to be perfectly fine. It's just the way that the grass texture is done on this map specifically. And by the way, I think it's super duper cool. So on here, I believe we've got a 10.8 meter working with, if I'm not mistaken. So that should line up perfectly, and it does. So we'll go ahead and take this over to the other field because we'll hit that one first and deliver all of the straw, likely over to the cows and the feed mixer. I think the feed mixer's got quite enough right now, so we may not worry too much about that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll take one field and deliver everything to one, and one field and deliver it all to the other. I think that's probably the best way to do this. Looking at the capacities here, they have now made 3 passes and only got to 50%. So I'm gonna let them go down and back one more time, and hopefully that'll put us at a mark that we can, you know what, whatever. Let's just empty this out. I don't know. We finished. We finished literally everything that I wanted to do so far with this series. We finished it. We're done. So now everything is just kind of like, you know what? We're almost to 20. Let's just keep going, get it to 20. To be fair, it's kind of when the fun happens, when you've paid off all your loans, when you've done everything you needed to do, you have no more worries or cares, you got all the equipment you could possibly need. I mean, sure, could we upgrade the equipment? Absolutely. We don't need to. I've proven that this set of equipment works awesome. The combine harvester, though it may take a little longer than some of the other ones, just because of the header size on it, it's fine. Does A-okay. We're cool. The mowers I've got, sure, could I use another set? Absolutely, but I don't think it would increase the capacity any or how fast we could do anything. I still have to run the outsides of the fields myself. I think we're good. I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. And the premise of it's been kind of different than anything I've done since like Farm Sim 19. It's been a good time. So then, let's party! Let's start picking up all of this straw and doing our thing. And no, I don't have the fast farming enabled for this. It just has a a speed of this. I think I modded it. I think the speed's actually like 12 in the base game, but you know what? This works pretty well for me, so I'm not going to complain about it. I think the only thing to complain about is we're going to have to make quite a few trips over just to drop stuff off, which might get a little bit annoying, but I'm all right with it. Yeah, this is what I was talking about right here. We haven't even made it all the way around yet. There we go. I mean, we have made it all the way around 1.5 times maybe. We're gonna have to go back and forth a lot. I'm actually really not looking forward to this. We could use something else, but I think we're fine for now. Looks like the combine harvester's doing pretty good though. Not a whole lot left on them. I am a little curious what the capacity is. Oh, they'll be fine. They'll be able to hit the rest of this, no problem. Here's what I've decided to do. We are going to give all of the straw that we have here, we're going to give this to our cows from the barley field, and then whenever we get over to the soybean field, all of that straw is going to go into the feed mixer. And I'm actually hoping that this works. I figured that this would kick over, like so, and unload into there. And I do believe it's going to start dropping any minute now. There we go. All right. Kind of on his head, but it works. Looks like we got a little blinky going on over here. I'm going to drop down and finish this up myself. Here we go. Nice. I mean, we're not too far from it, but I mean, the field's done. Let's be honest. Just a wee bit more and we are all done with this. And I think that number of 66,000 is almost correct. I think we've gotten just about that off of all of this. We will have to do one final double check just right at the very end. Here we go. Let's just kind of sweep that. There we go. We'll drop this here. Kind of wait for that. There it is. Perfect. And just like that, the whole soybean field is done. So now we got straw in both fields. All of that is going to have to be collected. It is going to take a hot minute because I'm going to have to go back and forth. Is there a better way to do it? Probably. Do I know what that way is? Probably not. Bam. We're getting closer. It is kind of peacefully sad in a way that, at least for this series, that's the last time we're going to use the combine harvester. Everything else will get, well, most everything else will get used. We still have quite a bit of grass work to do, but as far as that goes, that combine harvester is officially retired. It is done well. We had 2 different combines on this series. We had the 450 right here, the Evian, as well as the Lexian 6D900. We got it on sale, which I was really happy about, and I've been extremely pleased with it. Now, I will say, in FS22, the base one was the Tryon, and I really like the Tryon, but I will say this, Lexian 6900, it's got a higher grain capacity, so we actually did a little bit better with, I think, a cheaper combine? Is that correct? Wait a minute, hang on. 405, and we got it, I think it was 50% off. This was 375. Okay, never mind. I don't know, I just felt like it was bigger. There's one thing I am going to do. We are going to reimburse ourselves the 50,000 liters of silage that was taken from us without me knowing. It never sold. I never got the money for it. Plus, we gave back the money that we got from the BGA. So I think it's only right and fair to, well, reimburse myself with said silage. I didn't pay for it. We've popped it in. But the good thing is, guess what? It is back over here now. So we're not having to worry about that. Now let's find back our TMR. It is set to storing, and we want to activate this because we want to make some more. So we'll turn that back on and let it do its thing. Now, I'm not looking forward to this. Let's go pick up all that straw. And we are now done. Everything is all set, finished up, ready to go. We'll take a look at it. Why is my mouse not working? There we go. Take a look at our productions over here in the fermenter. Well, there's nothing in there to look at right now, but we did put a bunch of straw in here. So now we have 705,000 liters of straw in here, and it is making silage, and I am happy about that. We do need some more mineral feed. I said I wanted to make getting mineral feed easier, but it's going to be expensive. So we need to be ready for that. We need to go over here to containers. Not that the money matters at the end of the day anyway, but you know, just wanted to mention it. Omatana's got some buying stations, which are fantastic. And we've got a cheap version too. And there's even a silo that I think would look perfect. Mainly because it looks like this one over here. But that one's just been lowered a little bit, as you can see. So, that's why I want to use this. So we're going to use this. We're going to put it like, oh, I don't know. Where do I put this? To be fair, this isn't a bad place to put this. This is a really good place to put this. Just kind of in the corner, out of the way, not bothering nobody. Let's put it like right here in the tree. There we go. We do need to put some more of the grass down, but other than that, that worked great. That's trees. Where's plants? Here we go. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Give it a little bit of bigger grass around the backside and a little bit of short grass in the front. Boom, done. Now, we don't need a whole lot. I have not bought a bunch of this before in the past. I've been usually buying it around 16. Wow, I made that turn. Buying it around 16,000 liters at a time. We've got 6,000 liters in there. Usually it's going through about 5 to 10,000-ish per day, just depending on kind of what's going on. Here's our mineral feed. I'm going to buy 10,000 liters of it to start with, and we'll see how bad the price is. Oh my goodness, $15,000 for 8,000 liters of it. Okay, so that is like $18,000 for 10,000 liters. How much does this cost? All right, so we're overpaying. Got it. One of the things is when you buy bulk materials in Farming Simulator 25, sorry, I had a little hiccup there. You're actually buying market price, not pallet price. Pallet price and market price are completely different in this game from previous games. So you're not going to get the same thing that you would for pallet price. You can't set something at a set price and it just be that price. It doesn't work like that in this game. Everything is based on a market price other than pallets and buyable bales, things like that. So you're going to have to do that. So if we pop in, for example, I don't know if we're going to be able to see mineral feed on this list. I doubt it. Yeah, mineral feed's not on this list. However, it's still represented as code in the game itself. So there is that. I'm a little curious though, how much manure do we have? Oh, that's right. This is connected to everything. We have 101 Dalmatians manure. Still? Hasn't made anymore? Oh well. So I think that's probably a good spot for now. We've got everything done that we wanted to do, everything that we needed to do. The next one is definitely going to be a whole lot of mowing and taking all of that. And maybe we'll come up with, let's see. Maybe we'll come up with a new way to pick up everything. Maybe look at the used market. See if there's anything fun there. We started off the first part of the series as Calmsden Farm. The map has been changed since then, and we have done a lot. This was one of my first challenge series in a long time. I know it wasn't that big of a deal of a challenge. Let's be honest, $1 million in easy mode, it's not that bad. Although, when you consider that I don't normally do challenges like this, might be a little bit more difficult for me than for people who do this all the time. I will say this, I had a good time. I enjoyed having a rule set put in place, and it was fun. I had a good time. But it did hold me back from really spreading my wings and having a lot of fun. So, for whatever series may be next, we're going to try and do some of that. But before that happens, we have to get ourselves at least until May or June, and it is currently November. On top of all of that, we still need to prepare a few things for our cattle because they're going to have to live that long. So let's get to work. There's something else that I want to do as well because we've got a decent amount of cash right now. However, there's one thing about said cash that we've got. There's nothing to buy. There's nothing else to do. And there is a field just south of here, north, west. I don't actually know. It's over here. Field 11. It's ready to go. It's ready to harvest. And we can afford it. It's $284,000. We have 356. And guess what? There's soybeans in there. What I'm going to actually do is hire this worker up and hopefully they do a good job. They are already doing a really bad job. You know what? Why don't you just go back and forth? You are not doing what I want you to do. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. What? You have not completed your task. There you go. Get to work. All right. Harvested, I guess. Not expecting this today. I'd kind of put all this away, expecting us to be completely done with this kind of thing. But, yeah, I guess not. Well, at least the mower's doing what I asked them to do the first time around. Guess it could be a lot worse. Wait a minute. Hang on. Did you You turn the mower off for this part? Why? Goodness gracious. All right, let's get this thing opened up. There is one thing about this gate, though. It is odd. I can't remove it. Like there's nothing I could do to make this gate go away. I've also tried the delete objects, and it just doesn't work. I'm not quite sure what's up, but yeah, I think in the future I might have to edit the i3D to get rid of that. I don't want that there. So this is a brand new field for me. I have never harvested this field before. Not in previous versions of Farming Simulator, not in this version. I have never done anything on this field. So I don't actually know the best way to go about this one. I would assume coming at it maybe from like here, from the side, something like that. Maybe this would be good, or up at the top. I don't actually know. Let's get everything unfolded. Let's double check, see what we got here going on. That's good. Straw is good. Yeah, I think we're all right, man. We're all right. Steering assist, 10.8 meters. Number of headlands, 2. Drop it down. Turn it on. And cut into the field. Yeah, all right. Well, that was easy. Let's get through this. It's going to be pretty fun to harvest again, I guess. We are going to need to go get our grain cart here in a second, but for the rest of it, I think it'll be a-okay. This is going to cut this a little bit. I'm going to go offline just a bit here so that I get the outside of that. There we go. Alrighty. So soybeans is nice because this is going to be our massive sale once we get into June, but it is kind of nice to see that this is going to work out perfect. So we get more to sell later on. We get to do more stuff now. And win-win. So after 2 headlands have been done, it looks like we're going to almost fill this thing up. I'm also noticing I think we need some fuel as well, but we'll cross that bridge later. First things first, let's get this thing unloaded. Mower's doing a pretty good job. Also kind of makes it nice and easy that this field's down here. I don't know if I'm going to put any crops in it or if we're just going to make it another grass field. I have no idea. I guess it really doesn't matter. We're not putting anything in the other field, so why do it in this one? I reckon. I guess in a way we are flipping it. We just don't get our money back. That's one way to do it. All right, so now that's all said and done. I've already got everything set aside for the worker, so hopefully they do a pretty good job here. They're doing a whole lot of left turning and right turning, and I don't like any of that, but you know what? We'll see what happens here. I imagine that they'll be able to do the rest of the field. Let's see. 28,000. How much is in here? 12. 28 minus 12. What is that? 16? That holds 13,000. So yeah, we got a little bit more to go. So to speed the process up a little bit, we've gone from 6 mile an hour to 10 mile an hour on the combine harvester. It's not going to do anything other than kind of help us out and get this done a little bit faster. Plus, I mean, real speed limit has been out for a while. And, well, no matter what platform you're on, if you're harvesting at a normal speed and you don't want to, you shouldn't have to. There's plenty of mods out there that'll allow you to do whatever you want. So I figured this would speed it up just a bit, but not go too overboard. It's actually what I did for Sim 19. I made everything do 10 mile an hour, and you know what? I thought it worked pretty well. I like 10 mile an hour. It feels a little bit more comfortable and kind of helps get the game moving just a little bit. All right, so that should help out the combine harvester. They should be able to knock out the rest of this field no matter what. So we've got that done. All good there. Our mower is going as well. I told him he could go 20 miles an hour, but it doesn't want to. In one of the last updates, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but Giant software changed the way the game works. And now the workers can only go like 15, 16 miles an hour. So that's a real thing that has happened, if you're curious. All right, so now our worker has finished up what they want to do. And now it is going to be up to me to do the headlands because I don't trust the worker to do those. At least mowing and putting everything in the middle and doing it that kind of way. I just don't trust them, man. It's nothing against them. Well, kind of is, I guess. Let's start here. There's no reason not to. Boom, boom, go. We will have to come back through and hit a few little spots that I missed back there. Actually, no, I think we did it. It's one of the reasons why I like using a, oh yeah, I forgot, I can go as fast as I want. It's the worker that can't. Let's just slow that down to 16. There you go. That's actually a little bit fast for me anyway. So using mowers like this where they will windrow things together is why I like using a set of mower or a tractor with all-wheel drive. I think it works better and it makes things a lot easier. Plus, as you're doing these curves like this, the rear mower's not following wherever the front of the tractor's going. It's actually moving along with it. It's actually one of my complaints about the Krone 450, which is why I like the 500 better. Because the 500 has all-wheel drive or all-wheel steering, whereas the 450's rear wheel. And you kind of got to be careful the way it works. This corner, however, is a little bit tough. We always miss a little bit through there. Yeah, I can see a little sprig or two popping up. And also the way that these lines are down here, going right into the second headland pass, definitely going to have to watch out for that. I mean, it knew it was 2, but it didn't cut off in time, so that's going to be a fun one. Ugh. All right, there is one pass. And see, this is what I was talking about. You get these weird little pods right at the end, and it doesn't look like 2 headlands. It looks like 1 headland, and then it looks like somebody messed up. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to fix that. Ooh, Helper B just completed their task. Combine harvester's already done. All right. So the estimate was 38,000, and we ended up getting 28,000 liters off of that field. Not a big deal. You know, it is what it is. What you gonna do about it? It ain't no thing. Tell you what, though, after we dump this in there in these soybeans, see, let's walk over here, see exactly what we've got. Used capacity, 97,000 liters. I think there's only one thing in here, right? Yeah, 97,382. All righty. So 97 times 5,337, hopefully. That's going to be a good payday. And just like that, we are almost done with our mowing. I'm still going to bring around our, what do you call it? The windrow thingy? Merger. That's it. Yeah, the merger. Still going to bring that through, but yeah, I think we'll be all right. Also, I'm going to take a quick look just to see kind of where we are with stuff. So there's nothing in here. However, for the mixed feed with the cows, we're at 1.8 million liters right now. I gotta be honest, I don't think they're going to eat through all that. And we probably could have gotten away with not mowing this field, just looking at it. So if you guys are cool with it, I'm not going to mow the other fields because I don't think we need to. Now time to get to work on this part. This will make picking everything up a whole lot easier whenever it's all said and done. Just kind of neatens up the outside a little bit. Plus down here on the ends makes this a whole lot better. And there's even a couple spots like this where the row went into the outside, so that cleans that up as well. All right, so all said and done. Boom, roasted. I didn't use that word right. So now we have 2 things to pick up. Not only do we need to pick up all of the straw, but we also need to pick up all this grass. It won't take a long time, but we do need to do it. First things first, we'll go ahead and set this to 10.8 meter working width. There we go. And we'll unfold it. There is no unfolding. All right, since the cows have plenty, they're at 1.3 million liters right now, I am gonna just let them be, and we're gonna put all the straw that we get into our mix feeder. And here I thought I wasn't gonna make it to the end. 96%, 97%, 98, 99, oh my goodness. But we got it all. Okay, so that is all of the straw, and we need to go do the grass next. This one's gonna take a little bit longer, so just hang out with me. I will keep you guys updated once we're all finished. Well, you may notice that there's some other areas that are mowed, including all 3 of the grass fields that we have. I got bored, and I was having fun mowing and doing all the grass pickup and stuff, and so I just did it all. You know what? Whatever. You know what? We could say that we did a full harvest for the last harvest. And we did it all. That's right. Yeah. So let's get this thing backed up. We'll put the last bit of grass in. Should come out right there. And it is. There we go. Let's double check this, see what all we got in there. So it is not making anything right now, I don't think. I think we need to activate this. Yeah, we need to activate it. So grass is in. We want to activate the hay, and we want to activate the grass to silage. Yeah, right here. So, how's our diesel input, by the way? We probably need to get a little bit more of that. So let's activate that. Let's activate that. And they're both set to distributing. Sweet. All right, so being made, we're good to go. Awesome. Heck yeah, man. Do we have any fuel in here? I don't think we do. Also, this mod got an update recently as well. Boom. Double fill capacity. Yeah. I think we could probably fill this thing up real quick. We got the stuff in there. Diesel. Yeah, we'll have to buy some more, but we're good. Oh, turns out it was just enough. All right, we'll dump this out so we have plenty of diesel going into our production chain. There it is. Boop, boop. Going up. Perfect. I don't think there's much more that we need to do. It's distributing over here to our cow feed area. We do have some straw in there, maybe mineral feed. We could probably use a little bit of extra mineral feed. But other than that, I think we're A-okay. You know, there's another mod that we could probably put down and make the mineral feed thing a little bit easier. So recently, Yoss has released his farm pallet shop. And there's also a version here that is for free. Yeah, very interesting there, I know. What if we could take this? Honestly, I think this might be a little bit too large for that area. This one is as well, so I think we may have to go with the small configuration here. But let's do that. Let's enable the free build. Let's kind of set it. Let's see. Let's toggle. Free mode's good. Toggle snapping off. And we'll just try and line this up just about perfect. About right there. Think that'll do A-okay. Yeah. Bam! So there's 5,000 down, but we should be able to find ourselves some additive. There it is. A couple silage additives. And it's for free. Let's see, we buy 10, but I think it'll only enough room for 2 pallets at a time. Are these going down? No. I don't believe these are going down. Not only that, nothing's popping up when I go over these. Well, that's weird. That's super weird. I think they're stuck in the ground. I'm not sure what happened. Crap. I am thoroughly befuzzled as to what has just happened. I think this is what I get for trying to cheat. I don't know if those exist. I'm not quite sure what happened. We need a pallet fork. Here we go. Is this the first time I've actually used the pallet forks? Maybe. Also, shout out to everybody who said that this was a terrible tractor at the beginning of the series and said that I should sell it. I still got it, and it still works great. Ha 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 ha. I bought silage additive. I was supposed to buy mineral feed. Crap! No wonder that didn't work. That was really dumb. All right, let's see. Let's go in here. Where is it not something in here? Hang on. I was one off. There we go. Mineral feed. We could buy 2 of these. Yes. Okay. All right. They're going in. Awesome. Let's get 2 more. Yep. All right, let's do that a couple times, and we should be A-okay. Cool. So now we've got about 28,000 liters of mineral feed. I think we're going to be just fine. Also, the fermenter is making stuff as fast as it can, and it is sending it over quickly. We are rocking, baby. Things are good. I'm super happy. Yes. All right. Let's take this silage additive and sell it because I don't need this. I'm pretty sure you can sell this stuff. I just want to get rid of it. Didn't work. Urgh. Where do you take silage additive to get rid of it? Don't y'all dare say put it in a loading wagon. I don't have a loading wagon that'll use it. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this over here. And we're just not gonna talk about it anymore. Cool? Get off my forks! Haha. So now is the waiting game. We are going to have to make sure that our cattle are plenty fed and have plenty of bedding throughout the winter months. But, I mean, I think they're going to be A-okay. 1.3 million liters of straw. They've got 860 whatever million liters of food. I think we're cool. I think we're cool. I'm going to go fill this up with TMR anyway, just because, you know, probably feed them here and there. And, well, it's a whole lot easier to not have to wait. So, there you go. Now, with that, let's get some sleepy time. I think waking up around noon every day is probably going to be more than enough. Into the next month now, cows are down a little bit in straw, but only about 10,000 liters. Slurry's up, which is nice. Milk is up, which is also nice. And TMR's only down slightly. Taking a look at our mixed feeders, it has already gone through all of the grass that we put in. Already. I can't believe it. Goodness. So we could deactivate that because we're not using it. And the TMR is making, right now, we're at 191% of everything. It's actually using this silo right here because I have went into the files and made this silo an extension because I wanted to get my manure out. And I can now, actually, because we have 100,000 liters of manure in there. It also thinks there's mineral feed in it. So I don't know how to go about that. Speaking of mineral feed, really? 27,000 liters. Why does it think it has 10,000? You know what? I don't even want to get involved. So our tanker right here will hold 100,000 liters. We're only getting 15,000 liters per day as far as our cattle go. So I ain't going to worry too much about it. We'll probably just wait. As a matter of fact, aren't prices for milk like better later on? No, actually, they're the best they're going to be right now. Well, we'll wait another day and we'll sell it all. Happy January! The ground is froze, and that is what it is. Taking a look at everything. Well, now it says milk is going to be even better tomorrow, but I'm not going to sit around and wait for that. We're going to sell now. Boom, milk, 31,000. Gimme, gimme, gimme. We also want to take a look at our food for the cows because they're the only thing that matters right now. Plenty of food, plenty of straw. We're fine. Let's go sell the milk. Ooh, in town is super duper pretty though. Look at this. You got the snowmen around. Oh, I love it. It looks so cool. So, you know what? It may not feel real, but it looks cool. Well, I love that. It's awesome. So this should be a pretty good payday. I think around $60,000, something like that maybe. Well, let's slow it down, find out and see. Won't take very long. Boom, all done. Yes, hey, nice. 69,774. That is pretty darn good. I guess another thing we could do is take a look at the used equipment real quick and see, hey, is there anything cool in here? There's always a big Fent on sale for some reason. Not really sure how that happens, but it exists. I also think I need to mod one of these guys. That would be a lot of fun. Actually, it would be really, really cool to use for this series because we could mix the feed as we go. And I think that's all the new stuff. Yeah. So now for the rest of it, unless our cattle need to be fed or anything like that, we are going to continue and go straight through, and we're not going to worry about much anything else. We are waiting on the May and or June to go sell our soybeans, but that is the only thing that really matters at this point, is making sure we get those sold. And then unfortunately, we're done. Also, real quick, our TMR is all done up. For some reason, it says it's out of something. I don't really know what it's out of, but it's really, really upset at me. And it's completely stopped right here at the 1.922 status of out of space. So what I'll likely end up doing here off screen is I'm just gonna move TMR from the TMR mixer over to the silo. To be completely honest, I'm not gonna be using that trailer. It is gonna take forever. I'm gonna use this guy. And I think I've kind of figured out what's going on between these. So even though this is linked to this, that is still full. If we bump up, we go up, that is going down. So it is an accurate representation of what's actually in it. I didn't know. I thought it was just utilizing that as like a silo extension, but it thinks that it is, but it actually isn't. I figured I'd give you a little update. Oh boy, I can't drive in this. Happy March. It's year 3. It's currently snowing, and I've been driving in it a lot. I've been having a ball. It is weird seeing the grass grow because I have growth turned off, so you can do anything you want anytime you want. Real awkward seeing all this snow in here right now. It is what it is, I guess. How much milk do we have? 30,000 liters. We don't need that yet. So being in March, now we need to start really paying attention to when we are going to be selling the soybeans. So taking a look at it, the best price is $53.37. We're still about right just shy of $2,000 under that. So back to sleep we go. So now I think I've just gotten that that glitch where the snow stays. I've never gotten that before. Here we are. Good thing we're ending the series. It's June. It's summer, spring, winter, June. I just don't get it. I'm so glad that the series is over because of this, but goodness. Oh, it's so annoying. I mean, it's, to be fair, I guess I could do like the remove snow. Is that even a thing? Snow, add, reset snow, force snow shader value for map objects. Could we I guess reset? I don't actually know if this would work. I don't know. Snow reset. Yeah? I don't know if that works. It's not on the field anymore, but it's still through here. Yeah, oh, no. It is working. The reset snow button actually worked. It's not on most of the fields. It was on my fields, but it's not because I haven't worked my fields. All right. It's working slowly but surely. We'll let this go. And then, oh yeah, I forgot about that little patch right there. And then I guess we're going to have to sell because we are getting great prices right now for soybeans. And I'm super excited about that. This is taking a while though. Goodness gracious. I thought this would be kind of interesting for you guys to see as the snow just completely removes itself from the farm and everything else like that. Even the town in the distance there. I don't know, I just find it absolutely fascinating. It's really interesting. Kind of creepy. Very dystopian, but, you know, neat. It's big money making time. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go in here. Let's see if we can find ourselves some soybeans. I should not have made this. That's the area. Regular bulk silo. Gosh. All right. To be fair, I'm not exactly trying to get the craziest price. But I will say, general store, too, well, it's got the best price, and I'm definitely going over there to sell it. You know, as we go into this final sell right here, really wanted to recap the series and talk about some of the stuff that I really enjoyed. Of course, I always really like doing contracts. Contracts are one of my favorite things to do in the game because it's always mixing it up. It's not just, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, you know, seeding, harvesting. It's more than that. You get to do all kinds of wild and crazy stuff. Plus, mowing is one of my favorite things to do. And when I'm recording these videos, it's about the only time that I get to record and get to play. Well, only time I get to record. That it's actually true. It's the only time that that I get to actually play the game, and so I'm, you know, doing a lot of stuff that I really enjoy, and I'm having fun. So I am, swing that wide. There we go. Can we go through here? Yeah, we're just getting cheap. So I've been trying to do stuff that I also enjoy while still making all that money. A little bit more in here. 47,000, I think is what it said. Yeah, 47,383. Not too bad. We've also got a couple other things to sell. I may go ahead and sell that stuff just to say we did it. We might go get a bigger trailer though. I'm probably gonna go get the trailer from the Colossus pack again. It just makes it so much easier. Yeah, we'll probably end up doing that. I think our liquid container should work fine, although we may have to lease and or buy one from Omatana's pack just to get it done and out of the way quickly. But you know what? I'm super excited about this. It would be interesting maybe to come back in the future and kind of pick back up right where we left off. Because I tell you what, we've made good money. I mean, there's, what is that? $636,000. I mean, we made over 500 grand just off of that sale. Where's our finances here? 536 just off of less than 100,000 liters of soybeans. I could get way more soybeans than that. Here we go, 75,000 liters of milk. Let's see what we get for this. Man, $142,000. Woo-hoo-hoo! Boy, oh boy. Now we got slurry and manure left. I think that's it. There is some hay or something stuck in the TMR mixer, but yeah, we're not going to worry about that. What I've done is I've got Omatana's TARDIS mod. The update, well, the more recent-ish update, made this slurry tanker, or this tanker holds slurry and holds up to 200,000 liters. I tried to get a couple other ones. However, the Barley tanker right here, which I really wanted to use, doesn't do slurry. It's understandable that it doesn't, but it holds 1 million liters, which is great. But unfortunately, you know, we're not there. So, hey, we got this guy, and you know what? It works perfectly fine. There's an extra 30,000 liters in there, but I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to take this and go sell this. Also, to be fair with how much slurry's in here, we could probably just use this for fertilizer on the fields. And if we were responsible, that's exactly what I would have done. Well, it's not going to be a whole lot, but 200,000 liters of slurry selling in June, 17 grand. Again, I will reiterate, I think you're much better off just doing like a double application rate on a field and just using that. I think you're way better off. So here we go. We've gone for the camouflage trailer, mainly because it's just faster. It's just way faster to use this than anything else. Let's come under here. We'll get our manure. Let's find it, I guess, first. Let's see. Mineral feed. Again, I don't know why that's in there. Here we go. So the thing that weirds me out about the manure is the manure actually is shown in prices. If we go in here, we can look around, find our manure. No, not diesel. Right here. 242,000 liters. These cows, look at it. See, that's it. These cows, they made a lot more manure than what it says. Now, I probably should have updated the map. This is still the first version. After it was updated, I did not do anything with it. And so, at least on my version, the cows, I can't get the manure out, which stinks. But I guess it is what it is. Now, this really is not going to give us a lot of money. Should be instantaneously. Yep, there you go. 8,500 bucks. Not terrible, but you know what? Not bad either. And so, with that, that is the end of this series. Oakbridge / Calmsden is done. I've had some fun with it. We had a great time. Really enjoyed this, and I enjoyed what we did. I enjoyed the problems that we encountered, and I just enjoyed doing a bunch of grass work. I'm a weirdo. It just is what it is. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. You know what to do if you did. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next series.